minute before to make sure nothing's broken. Alright. Hello, hello. We're just letting everything kind of start up now on my end to make sure nothing's broken. How is everyone doing today? I see YouTube says I'm live, so that's a good sign. Of course, I have to think about now that ads play too, so anyone in here for the first minute is probably watching an ad instead of hearing me talk, and anyone watching the end VOD is already just seeing me talk here to myself. But I wanted to get live a minute before the actual time to make sure nothing's broken and that everything functions normally. Because in my experience before, things tend to break, and if you don't fix it right away, it's just gonna break on you beforehand. But welcome to our little run with New Granada. We are playing on 1.9.7 because I forgot to update it to 1.9.8. So let me just edit that really quickly here. See, I knew something was going to get scuffed. I knew something was going to get scuffed. In fact, let me just fix that really quickly here. We're just going to play Scuff Stream 101 here and very quickly switch Victoria 3 over to 1.9.8. Because I thought I had switched it over and completely forgot that I didn't, but thankfully that only takes about 30 seconds for my internet to fix over. So unfortunately, the scuff of this stream today is I forgot to update to the opt-in beta because they launched that like this morning or yesterday evening, I forget when. Yesterday, I believe, and I completely forgot to update the game to it. The good news is that it's already done and we're launching. The bad news is I now have to yammer for about 2 minutes while we wait for all of that to fix itself and for OBS to figure out where it is. Scuff Cinema, pretty much. But the idea here today is that we're going to be playing as New Granada. We're going to be kind of going... I was going to just go for Gran Colombia to just reform that by annexing Venezuela and Ecuador. But in some testing that I did before actually planning the stream, or after I said I was going to do it, my tests showed that we can actually get a lot further as New Granada in the first 2 years of the game, and I'm going to show you that what I mean by that. It's pretty fun, and I very much like it. So, we're already back in. We're on 1.9.8 as appropriately promised. And there it is, 1.9.8. Oh yes, we are going to try to keep the armed forces really powerful. We are going to just try to see if we can keep them strong by using Caudillismo. Yeah, I'm just going to assume I got that right and move on. Basically, we're going to keep strong armed forces, strong men, and unify South Africa with it. Hi, Brazil. So right before I show you what I mean, I'm just going to very quickly set up technologies, because apparently we don't start with stock exchanges as New Granada, and that saddens me greatly, because not having stock exchange is terrible. And then, I think all of our production methods are kind of as they need to be. We technically don't have any paper, so we're just writing on something. Autocracy isn't like my specific goal. I'm thinking more of oligarchy. Just because oligarchy, it's a lot easier to form a righteous government. With autocracy, you're extremely reliant on your ruler's interest group being very powerful. And if they're not, your righteous government is going to be somewhere around contested instead, and that's not fun. But we're going to try to get oligarchy. We could probably pass it right away, actually, considering the only opposition to the liberal movement. But I'd like to get religious schools first, just to start getting that literacy tick, because we're going to need all the technology we can get. And we're actually going to quickly go over to the army really quick. You do not have an armed forces guy. Okay, that's fine. I wasn't planning for that specifically. We are going to do a few things right off the bat here. First off, you see this nice little breakaway nation from Brazil that Brazil is trying to get? We are going to steal it. And no one is going to stop us. So we're just going to move in, and we're going to make this a part of New Granada. We're going to get an interest in the Andes, because we're going to move south pretty quickly. And then we're going to go over to Europe for some diplomatic deals. We're going to head over to the US, and this is something else I plan to do. Oh, wow. Wait, the USAI really rolled that? Okay, in my previous tests, the USAI wasn't willing to offer a defense pact. So we might actually get something out of this much greater than I initially planned. We're going to offer them the right to build in our country. We're also going to do, before I forget, a nationalization project of logging camps. Because I don't want the AI to build them before we go over to Britain, and we're going to offer them the same thing. We're just going to go grab a bunch of investment rights, and we're just going to use the AI to build it up, because we don't need capitalists ruling the country. We just need strong men with guns. I actually want to get Russia too, but we need to wait for our interests to go up there. So, now we just have to plan out our initial constructions here, because, in case you haven't noticed, we have no construction sectors. We also have next to no tax income, so we're going to raise taxes. We're also going to initiate a bunch of greener grass campaigns. The reason why we're doing this is because what that's going to do, it's going to raise the mass migration attraction score when I unpause, and it's going to push us to be about the same as the US when the US gets into high gear. That way we start getting more pops over here. The last 200 we're just going to spend on a tax or two, probably just services so we don't completely cripple the peasants. And then I'm not sure how much we can afford to spend here, but I'm going to risk building 2 construction sectors. This part I didn't test. And then hope to God nothing breaks in terms of economics. If the economy breaks, we'll just have to roll with it. But I got a good feeling about the economy. I got a good feeling. Gonna just quickly pay those as well. But the reason why I nationalized the logging camps is because I'm planning to get a company that is unique to the Brazilian area, because that makes unique hardwood, and I thought that would just be fun to make. And if I don't make a national monopoly on logging camps before giving Britain access to investments, the Hudson Bay Company is just going to steal them all. And then it's going to be a pain to get them back. Oh, okay, hang on. The US did actually decline our treaty. I'm guessing, yeah, the AI changed. I thought that was really suspicious. I did think that was really suspicious that they were willing to just offer it right away. In fact, actually, America, you have lots of fabric, right? Could you just send us, like, 200 fabric? That'd be great. Yeah, that's an even better deal, actually. And this is what we're going to use to make the armed forces powerful all the time. Because right now we already have the modifier active. But we're going to, quote-unquote, fail the journal entry to double the effect it gives to the armed forces and the officers. The officers right now already have 8% of our total clout, and there's only about 2,000 of them in the country. We plan to escalate that. A government monopoly on all resources doesn't specifically cripple the leverage, but it does make it harder for them to have economic control over you. Okay, the US is... Oh, sorry, it's just that bug where the first treaty I made is quote-unquote failing in the background like 3 times. They actually did sign the treaty. We are getting fabric from them now. Oh, right. France does not like us. They don't want a treaty. Belgium does not want a treaty. They don't have enough construction right now, so the AI is being very wary about actually getting investment rights. So what we're going to do, we're just going to kind of improve relations with various AIs over here. Actually, I want to get France really quick. And we're just going to let that roll in the background while we march in to the northern area of Brazil, because watch this. That's all. That's it. It's all New Granada now in Brazil. Sort of Brazil declaring war on us over it, which they probably won't. There's nothing they can do. With 4 generals in your starting army, you have enough general advancement that you will immediately wipe over the Amazon and then immediately enter Para. And Para's militias that are defending against Brazil will not move to stop you. So you can just roll right over them. And this is about 365,000 pops that we just immediately got. And I'd like to note something else. The devastation, at most, is 1.3%. So we basically got this area practically for free. The issue is that we can't incorporate it right away because we need paper, but we have no paper. And now that that's done, chat, we are now going to move south. Ecuador is about to have a bad day. We might actually want to improve relations with the US too, now that I think about it. But I'm more worried about... I'm actually more worried about Britain intervening now that I think about it. Rule folk. I don't care. They can have whatever. And a random authoritarian who would... He would support a move to oligarchy, chat, so I'm actually going to say yes. And normally I wouldn't say that yes to this, but I will say yes to this. We'll probably go into a little bit. A pro-lobby is created targeting Central America. Okay, sure. You know, Central America. The country that is currently ripping itself apart right in front of our eyes. Unfortunately, our armed forces are a bit weak at the moment. That's not too surprising. That is just going to kind of be how it is. Actually, yeah, the number of officers that make up the total population has dropped dramatically. And I assume that's because the game was actually initializing and figuring out how many people are actually officers and how many just aren't. Just have them all go join the army here. The 4,000 units or so that we got from the area we annexed that didn't just get deleted out of existence are now part of the actual army, which is nice. But we'll see how long they actually last in the field of combat of Ecuador. Ecuador, who is already defeated in battle because their army is small. So, there we go. We've already taken 4 new states as Granada, just right off the bat. All of that is ours now. We are now going to bully Bolivia. Oh yeah, no, we're not done yet with this, by the way. We're gonna go bully Bolivia now. And I mean, we're bullying them. We're taking all of this. This is all ours. This is gonna kind of eat into our coffers, though, when it comes to financial investments, because we won't have the money. Which is why we're working on those not trade agreements, but those investment treaties. In fact, Belgium is open to the idea now. Russia's open to the idea. France is still thinking about it. And we'll just go from there. Oh, that's more investment rights. And if you can see here, the British are already building a dye plantation. I'd love to get iron frame, but last I checked, we had no iron built yet. They should build some, but our trade centers are also suffering because we don't have stock exchange. So we're way too reliant on local prices. Here's what we're going to do next, chat, in my plan. We're actually going to invite Chile and Argentina into the war for their respective states, just to make them enemies of Bolivia. And also if Brazil decides to join, which Brazil did join. Brazil has about 26 battalions, but adding Chile and Argentina gives 17 to our side. So this is already a somewhat big war we've started very early. A bit sooner than I planned, actually. But that's okay. That does give me an excuse to bully Brazil a little. Well, potentially bully Brazil. I don't know where this is going to go. But now that Argentina and Chile have both been targeted, they won't leave this war. I don't think we even have the points, do we? We have 9 points. Because I spent it all to make sure Bolivia couldn't just back down and pull it away. See, now I have to decide something I wasn't planning on. How do we, steal things from Brazil? Oh, wait. I think I know how we steal things from Brazil, chat. We are gonna make Brazil pay for the war. Or, and this is the alternative, Brazil is going to kick our teeth in and we're going to die. I haven't figured out which one will happen yet, because Brazil's army is only now moving and will probably crush our allies. But if you notice here, Chile is also unopposed at the moment on the border, so we just need to be a little strategic about how we play this. I'd like to get groceries in the army, but we can't afford that right now. Our finances would literally break before our eyes. What I will do, though, I'm reluctant to give up on religious schools, but because we're kind of in a surprise emergency situation that I didn't plan on, we'll just work on oligarchy instead to make the... is that enough to push them up to 10? No? I'm trying to push the armed forces up to 10 here really quick, just to get... Oh, right! That's right, the Latin America countries don't get the offense-defense bonus, do they? Brazil is fighting 2 fronts, that is true. I'm just going to try to knock Bolivia out really quick, because Bolivia has as many troops as Brazil, but it also has the vassals. But their units should not be good. Actually, their units are kind of garbage, wow. Is it because they're disorganized? Wait. Brazil, or Bolivia, where are your guns, buddy? Did you run out of gun? Oh my, oh wow, they have no guns. Huh. Okay. I can work with that. They have no guns, chat. We can definitely work with that. Yeah, and as long as we can knock them out before Brazil gets knocked out. Yeah, the side fighting on two fronts potentially loses. Now, Brazil could knock Argentina out quickly enough, but Chile, it looks like they're going to march uncontested, which could just see Bolivia get rolled over. Yeah, they ended up moving troops down there, but I see we're not quite pushing as quickly as I would like us to. I don't want to... Oh, wow, one of the generals died. Okay, hang on. Wasn't expecting one of them to die that fast. It's a little unfortunate. Why'd you die on us so early? We actually might need to switch to a defensive war. But Brazil joining this was not in my cards, and I thought I could easily push in, but we kind of need to dig in now and... Ah! I was gonna say, and wait for Chile to do all the pushing, but that just turned heads on us here. Because now it's one giant front. The good news, though, is that Brazil is now beginning some offensive actions and just suffered significant casualties. The only issue is we also suffered significant casualties because our army's getting pulled into fights that I didn't authorize. What my initial plan here was to just have Bolivia get split 3 ways and maybe bribe Brazil, but Brazil kind of joined it so fast, I didn't have a chance to join. So that was really unfortunate. So we may actually lose this conflict because of Brazil joining, because Brazil does have more pops and a larger just nation pool at once. And unfortunately, our initial amount of units died so quickly because of the Chile pulling our units into a fight. We'll kind of see where this goes, but I think, yeah, Argentina's going to get knocked out, and that's going to break things up. Ooh! So this is off to a rough start, actually. It was off to a good start, and then Brazil kind of nuked us, and now we're off to a very rough start. And they might actually take Para back then, unless we can really dig this in. But I think they will dig this out of us and win. Unless Brazil is suffering similar issues logistics-wise. I don't think they are, though. Ooh. This is most unfortunate. Because I think what happened, if we go to the casualty list... No? I think what happened is the initial battles we didn't go well, and then Chile also pulled us into a really bad confrontation. And we kind of just got nuked before we even realized what was happening. I think we could fight it to a stalemate, though. And if we can fight it to a stalemate, I'll take that. So instead, Bolivia kind of just nuked Chile, which I guess works too. I can work with that for the time being. I am wondering if Brazil had a good idea of... Okay. I see what happened. Brazil didn't choose to go against the Confederation this time around. Yeah. So that's what happened, chat. Brazil did not choose to go against the Confederation. We're actually going to lose territory now. Time to reload a save. I don't know, Vincent. Would that be a good idea to reload it right away? Or shouldn't we just kind of roll with the punches, so to speak? But in my 4 tests I did, Brazil would never join the war against Bolivia, and you could just easily steal Peru from them. So out of 5 games, this is the one game where Brazil joined against us. We'd still keep A state, but I don't know, because a reload is more of a complete wipe of the game and a restart there. And I feel bad for doing that. I feel like we're just kind of throwing in the towel before we start. But that's pretty much what happened here, is Brazil just joined for once because they didn't choose to go against the Confederation. Normally, you'll get against the Confederation here. And as you can see, Argentina chose it, Chile chose it. I mean, I guess we could just do it really fast there. Eh. I'm trying to decide if I want to do that or just deal with the punches. Because we got a lot of good investments at the start. Oh, alright, I guess we can. Since y'all are encouraging for it. But I do think it's funny that the one time we did it, we just got sucker punched immediately because Brazil decided, actually, no, it's not going to oppose us this time. Ah, and I do see my mom was also in the chat. So hello, Mother. I hope you're well. Let's try that again. I won't walk us through it this time. We're just gonna kind of quick waltz through it here. Oh, no power block embassy for Britain, please. Britain is, no, thank you, Britain. I don't want to join your power block. I just want your money. But this strategy mainly works. It just hinges on Brazil not joining right away. And generally speaking, they will not. And knowing my luck, they will join this again. We will get sucker punched a second time. And if it happens a second time, we are just going to roll with it. Just roll with it, roll with the punches, see where it takes us. And we could just do oligarchy right away instead, actually. We'll just do it right away. But yeah, welcome to New Granada, where the one thing you plan will fail because you're showing it to other people. And the game needs to make sure it humiliates you at least once. Actually, in saying that, I see the game has saved my only new Grenadine armies section. So now, if we get into another war, Chile can't just hyper nuke our army out of oblivion with a bad offensive. But isn't that fun? And in fact, we will immediately start the option to invade Ecuador before this is over to see if we can't speed run. And we'll actually try to improve relations with... I think another reason what happened is Brazil probably joined against us. We just got a random modernizer. Probably because of our relationship. But yeah, see here, this time Brazil chose against the Confederation, so now the relationship with Bolivia is wary instead of cordial. So it's one of those RNG phases of the conflict. And you know what? That's okay. That just happens. Speaking of RNG, this time we only got 2 divisions out of 4. Both irregulars, I might add, so that's awesome. Yeah, so as long as they don't choose to actually support the Confederation, you can just bully Bolivia out. Brazil won't care. But we're gonna build relations up with Brazil temporarily, just to make sure they don't. Because after it happens once, it can happen again. And knowing my luck, it will happen again. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when. Why are they're both building dye plantations, both Britain and America. It's just their one thing. They must have dye. It must flow. Yeah, Russia doesn't really have the construction capabilities right now, so they don't really, Yeah, a lot of the AI is refusing investment rights right now because it's so early into the game, they actually don't even have the investment potential. Which is unfortunate. I see this time our army is... Actually, what happened here? Oh, half the army immediately ran because we had the army units merge. Give me just a moment. We have a bad timing situation, which I do find funny. Because for whatever reason, the morale dropped so hard that they couldn't organize an actual offensive, and I'm pretty certain it's because the irregulars joined, and the irregulars' morale is what became the total morale, and so there was no morale in the army. They just broke immediately upon fighting. Because they had no morale. Let me see. Yes, they both chose to carve up the Confederation too, so that's kind of what you're looking for. Although now I see this time Ecuador has probably gotten good rolls because they are really holding their own this time. Or is that us defending? I can't tell from the flag difference. But we can just kind of grind them down here. Sooner or later they will run out of troops. So this might be a game where we don't immediately carve up the Confederation, but we'll see. I am kind of glad that the game is putting us through its paces and bullying us. So if we take a quick look here. Yeah, so now as you can see, Brazil does not want to help North Peru. But more importantly, Brazil is no longer a -20 for Bolivia. They're -68. They're wary of Bolivia. That is what we were looking for there. Last time they were closer to -20 because, well, they didn't hate Brazil. Sorry, they didn't hate Bolivia. I'm getting the names confused at this point. But here's what we'll do. We'll do the transfers. And then we're actually going to, before we add even more war goals and more hate, we're actually just going to wait and do some sways with return state. Because that is a little bit safer for us here. And now you'll notice Brazil doesn't want to join the war. They're 61 and 78. When we were on the screen before, Brazil was actually at -20, favoring Bolivia. And for some reason, Brazil allegedly has 61 divisions according to the game. The game is drunk. I don't know what the game is thinking, but it's a little drunk. And then we're also just going to do nothing else. But yeah, now, okay, there we go. Now Brazil has a -83. I don't know why the game's saying it has 61 divisions. Or battalions. So something kind of broke in the game's math there. It doesn't know what it's talking about. And I don't know what I'm talking about either, but, you know, people are still here. The Panama Cyclone, well... God truly does hate our hardworking people. Anyway, we will go ahead and do this now, but this is what you're aiming for, is Brazil doesn't join the war. We just got a random anti-Britain lobby. Generally, you're just looking for that against the Confederation. I would say if they don't roll against the Confederation, probably don't go into Bolivia. Just kind of maybe leave them to their own devices for a while. Yes. Oh, I see. It's a random Republican general now. Okay. Well, how about we just give the modernizer, power instead, because he wants to change tax laws and pass education. So that's going to make education very easy to pass. Don't worry. The liberal movement will calm down at some point, chat. It's okay. They'll calm down. But yeah, this is kind of what you're looking for, because now we'll be able to steal all of Peru, and that puts us in a good position for the game. We also have a couple of foreign investments. In fact, the American government is going to invest in iron mines soon, which is a good bonus for us, I'd say, because we have no iron and we really need it. We'll also stop building up relations with Brazil now, because we don't really care about Brazil at this point. We also just got the Prussians, Austrians, and French to agree to invest in New Granada for the price of nothing, really. So this is an event you can get in the Latin American countries while the journal entry is active. Right now they're led by a protectionist, but the traditionalist general is trying to become its new leader. And we'll say yes, because that's just going to push the journal entry along faster. And that seems to have actually caused the modernization movement to appear, because that protectionist got pushed out of office. So now we actually have a modernization movement. Because apparently the random modernizer that appeared didn't start the movement, because he just saw a different movement and thought it was just the darnest thing. And he just had to join that one instead. Oh, we also have corn laws now, because, I don't know, grain got expensive at some point. I wasn't even trying to make grain expensive, it just happened. So I guess we'll get another modernizer at some point. And ideally, this is kind of what your map will look like now. If you're lucky, Peru will actually be a puppet, but sometimes you're just going to get a protectorate, and that's fine. Where did our wood go? Why do we have no wood suddenly? Oh, because apparently Peru is building. Like, Peru has several construction sectors that are just building it all at once. So we have no wood now. Good. Okay, let's switch to sawmills, and we're just going to... We're just gonna pay for tool imports here. And just go from there. I don't want to do subventions for too long, because we're not going to be able to afford the expense for long. But this will do for now. Ah, yes, the 5% birth rate from the Catholic Church. We do need to get that eventually. Although they're at 2.5 right now because where they're standing, but details. I actually would like to get free trade, partially because that will end the journal entry, but also because I just want to encourage trade. We can do it now. Why not? I know we need to get education going as well. That's, Oh, I really don't want to do charity hospitals. I'd rather get public health care. What is our legitimacy at? I can afford to say no. What I was really hoping to do next, actually, is kind of invade Chile and knock them out immediately. But considering how things went earlier, I'm not about to test our luck. So I think we'll just stay where we are for now. Actually, wait, Central America's still here. Could I potentially take Costa Rica? This is risky, chat, but I'm kind of tempted. Oh, we could become a monarchy. That is something we could do. Yeah, that is true. The charity hospitals, if we got them now, is a bigger birth rate, but in the long run, public health insurance gives more because it's -5 mortality per level, and this can get to level 5. Charity hospitals caps out at level 3 for -9 mortality. So it's just... Honestly, I feel like Paradox needs to give charity hospitals some kind of buff. Like, make it where you can get equal level or something. It's such a weak institution that no one takes it. Even if you're LARPing, no one takes it. Because it's really weak. It is really low there on the wall list, as far as I'm concerned. And which is a shame, because I wish for laws to have fair chances, fair shakes. Not just be in the garbage bin because they're terrible. Actually gonna go ahead and start... Why? Oh, the country's like halfway on fire. That's why nothing works. Ah, God, we have no money to do construction, chat, and we're on very high taxes. This is the state of New Granada. Be grateful for our corporate overlords overseas. Did the level 3 cap get scrapped for charity hospitals? No, because see, on public health insurance, it says +2 max healthcare system. It says that for private health insurance as well. But if you go to charity hospitals, it's not there. And I know it's 20% cheaper on the bureaucracy cost, but 20% bureaucracy reduction does not make up for the massive amount of mortality reduction you end up missing. Hi, Aether. I forgot to say hi, so I want to say hi to you now while I'm looking down. And don't mind me, I'm just looking at all of our neighbors to see who is willing to protect them. I think we're just going to sit here for now and try to build up. I wanted to build up the tool workshop, but that's not happening. I mean, we need to make tools because we can't afford to make our own we can't really afford to just subvention tools for long. On the other hand, we have no construction to build anything in this country. It's just a disaster in the making. Now that we have stock exchange, though, things can start going just a tad better because that's going to improve our mappy everywhere, which should help the trade centers do trades more, because right now trade centers are just suffering because they can't make trades. And it's still kind of suffering, but it's starting to grow. Oh, that reminds me. Para starts at the trade center that's not trading at all because it's terrible. See if I can't squeeze something out of it there, but I think I'm just going to let it burn. Oh, you know, what if I just stop that? You know, our investment pool can kind of handle construction at the moment. I don't trust our investment pool to handle construction. I trust it about as far as I can throw it, which is to say nowhere. But we don't have a lot of options. We do have an iron mine, though. Hang on. Oh, we need 50 iron, though, don't we? Yeah. Well, I guess we could always just export the iron. Why not? No, we're using it in our barracks. Awesome. Yes, I am aiming to go for a wood company, but it's like a special one relative to Brazil, but I need to get paper mills and stuff in Para. And we don't have any... Why are there so many natural disasters occurring at once? And I'm having to pay for them because devastation takes way longer to get rid of now than it used to. So we're just getting disaster after disaster here. Oh, that's fun. Oh, I said we needed to get religious schools. We already have it. I forgot we passed it so quickly. That's kind of it for laws at the moment because I can't afford to pass anything else without something breaking. Corn laws did end, though, which is going to help remove some of the radicals we have from our earlier conquests. It doesn't fully remove them, but it does help. Subventions are kind of expensive, too, though. I think I know what I need to do next now. Because now the trade centers are fully active because they can actually afford to trade. We're going to just drop the subventions on guns here to kind of claw back our revenue. I might have to drop it on tools a bit as well, because we're starting to just pay for way too much here. And that adds up really fast. And the next thing I need to do, even though I probably can't afford it, is just switch one set over to the filing cabinets so we have our bureaucracy again, so we can have money. Because otherwise, we're not making money because we were missing out about 15 to 20% of our tax revenue just from this. Just solely from that. And why not a dedicated police force? Because that will get the bourgeoisie to calm down. And we'll actually go ahead and tax tobacco, and now we are a little bit stable financially. We're not really stable, but it's kind of, we're no longer drowning in agony. It's still going to take a long time to get any of this built, though. Which is why I'm very glad that we have all of these investors occasionally building something in the country. Because if they, God help us if they weren't. We'd actually have less right now if they weren't. Can we alliance with America? That is a good question. We haven't really paid too much attention. Right now, no, and that's primarily because they have another defense pact, but also because their army's a lot stronger than ours, and they really don't want to ally someone who's so weak. Well, weak for now. We'll make it strong yet. And I want to show you that mass migration talk I had. We have 57 mass migration attraction potential. The US has 50 because we're spending 400 authority on greener grass campaigns to do exactly that. So the good news is that the plan to use greener grass campaigns for that effect is working. Sort of. It's kind of working. Okay, so we got the 15 stall chance out of that, which kind of sucks, but there's not much we can do. Peru is kind of getting Liberty Desire because its prestige is pretty close to ours. It's 1840. We've had 3 or 4 disasters already. We're having a disaster like every year. Why does God forsake us? And it's the same state. It's the same state, Chad. It hasn't even finished recovering from the last disaster. It's not, it hasn't even finished. Oh. I just saw France declare a rivalry against Brazil. I know what we're gonna do, chat, because that is going to make France love us. France is now genial. In fact, if I were to go to war against Brazil... Yeah. Normally, I wouldn't consider a war against Brazil this early because they can absolutely kick our face in. The game apparently thinks they have 61 battalions. It's closer to 45, but it's... Oh, it's because they're building more battalions. I see. Brazil is apparently going on a war path themselves. Anyway, if France is willing to back us in a diplomatic play, we could potentially cripple Brazil. Although I might wait one more year to get the infamy down, just so they don't have a bit of a flip out and have someone join on their side. Because I'm worried Britain would just join against France, and yeah. Yeah, they're wary against each other. So, let's kind of improve relations. Oh, wait, no, we already have amicable with the British. I'd rather not do, yeah. Oh, hang on. So, we'll keep that in our back pocket, but we won't use it right away. I do. What is the bigger cost? Neither. I do feel like we should annex the Central America countries, though, chat. They're underdeveloped, but it's free. It's free real estate. No one's really gonna stop us. The Netherlands might stop us from taking Venezuela, and I think Brazil would jump in now too because they hate us. Oh, they don't care about Venezuela. They couldn't care less. They actually have loans right now. What is Venezuela's prestige at? Not too high or low. Because if we seize Venezuela, that's all the states we need for Gran Colombia. We just have to research nationalism at some point in the future. I'm just trying to decide our next course of action because I'm worried that we're just going to get slaughtered if I do this wrong. Let's wait one more year to let the infamy go down and just see if there's an opening to just nuke Brazil from orbit. Because if we can do an early dismantle on Brazil, that would give us a lot of breathing room we otherwise don't have. But right now I don't want to get into another war because we don't have the money for it. The Catholic Church is powerful, though, in case anyone was wondering. We should have coal now, right? Yeah, that mine's active. I was paying subvention or subsidies on it for a reason. You can actually just go ahead and use that coal. It's just got way too much expense when it comes to tools. We really have got to get our construction rolling much faster. I'm just glad that we're getting the investments into various plantations, such as tobacco here from Belgium. Even if we're not able to make a lot of money off it, it's putting peasants into jobs. We got a coal mine from Prussia, so like we're getting stuff. Hello, Patel. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. We actually had to do a reload because Brazil decided to bully us at game start when we went after Bolivia. And in 4 tests I had done prior to the stream, Brazil had never intervened. So Brazil just realized this was the stream game and came over to just punch my face in once before leaving. They just had to get one in before they exited stage left. Oh, we have no ships. Okay. Maybe we don't build that then. Maybe let's actually... Because I forgot, we do actually have some incorporations to do. I did forget about our incorporations, chat. I am terribly sorry about that. This is going to make things more expensive when it comes to paper. But we should be able to import paper easily. There's always someone exporting it somewhere. Then, what is... Oh, right. It's, yeah, turmoil plus it's not incorporated. So building in this state is basically impossible right now. Okay, we'll just build a paper mill next, so that way we have domestic paper. Yeah, we should get the fishery built as well. I've just gotta balance things out by our needs, and right now something we need is for paper to not be excruciatingly expensive. The good news is that we can stop doing subventions for tools. Ah, Costa Rica's already having a civil war. That's nice. Well, now that we have tools, that also frees up our few trade centers to buy literally anything else, like paper. Russia's exporting 37% of the world's paper. Did not see that coming, but we'll get an interest over there because that'll make it easier to keep trade with them. I see. I suspected Peru would get belligerent at some point. Yeah, I kind of saw that coming. I didn't want it to happen, but I kind of saw it coming. And there we go. Our trade advantage for importing paper is nowhere near as bad now, so it's a lot cheaper to import. Still, not the best, not the worst. We're alive. Actually, does Russia want investment rights now? They're not against the idea, but we're gonna have to give them some favors. Ah, there we go. We got Russia. We got Russia in. Right? They're on the treaty. It's there. Yep, we're good. Excellent. Alright, well, now that we're trading with a bunch of people, we've got a lot of people in our pocket. Maybe we can bully Brazil here. Except, does France want to join, or is France kind of against it? I mean, if they're still rivals, I could probably just offer them a humiliation and France will join. And if France joins, we win. If France doesn't come over here, we do die to Brazil, is the problem. So that's why I haven't done it yet, because they could France could choose to not come over, and that's it. We're dead. And that's just game over. But if we were to see Frederick Krupp's here, and that's amazing. If we were to kind of seize it and get a foothold, we could get gold. That'd be great. I don't know. We'll see what you guys think. I'm going to go bully Venezuela first, if no one's going to defend them. Wow, the Netherlands is even more likely to defend them now. Okay. All right. Maybe we bully Peru. Except I can't because the Liberty Desire is too high. Which is fine, I guess. Oh, they really like building that opium plantation, I've noticed. Actually, I see the East India Company is owning some of that opium, and apparently people are leaving the job for the urban center. Ah, neat. The industrialists exist. There's an insurrection in Panama. What else is new? Yeah, I'm thinking... the big issue with invading Brazil right now is that we would be completely reliant on France. If France doesn't come to help us, we die. You know what? I will drop a save this time, and we'll just take the risk. Because if we can take their two of their main states, God, if we could take their capital too, that'd be great. Let's just start. Oh nope. See, there it is. Yeah. Yeah, there it is. Brazil is getting a lot of sympathy from Britain. So the probability of Britain joining is fairly high in that case. Alright, in that case, we'll bully Costa Rica as soon as their civil war ends. Oh. Oh yeah, that civil war's never ending. They're never getting out of that. Let's just go put them out of their misery then, chat. Mexico! The AI just knows what I want to do. Each one I look for, someone is like ready to come and intervene. This is why I don't like the AI. They don't like me, chat. They don't want a united Latin America. That's all this is. They don't want a united Latin America. Okay, we'll just have to prepare a stronger army then. Which has no cannon, which is a bit of an issue, actually. Oh, what happened in Panama? Why? I didn't realize we... oh, right. The coal mine got built. Yeah. Oops. Let me take out one of those greener grass campaigns really quick and do road maintenance. I won't fix it, but... I should solve the immediate crisis. Yeah, we'll probably move in on Venezuela now that we've got more money coming in, since minting has kind of risen, but also poll taxes are just going up steadily because pops are getting employed. They're getting employed because of the foreign investment that we're getting. Which has been what we were aiming for since the start of the game. I'm going to see if any of the AIs want something from us. I don't think any of them really do at this point. They just want to be able to keep investing. I'd like to get the National Guard because that gives strength to servicemen and officers. Technically, the Secret Police boosts the officers too, but National Guard does more for what we're aiming for. We do have the Modernizer, but I just don't have any laws for him to change. Yeah, I guess we'll just try to pass National Guard. And have the liberal movement seethe in the background about it. But what are they going to do? Revolt? They're only 5% of the country. Ooh. Who's cooing the armed forces now? Because this is the second time it's... Wait, chat. So, if I remember correctly, if I go over to our government institutions, yeah. So, this guy got cooed by this general. And now this general, who now leads the armed forces, is getting cooed by this general. We quite literally have a general cooing a general after that general cooed the leader of the armed forces. I don't know why. That's just a thing that just happened. Yes. Because it's being incorporated in 9 weeks. I'm investing into our construction sectors now. I know we're only making wood, but I'm just trying to get it up there until we have a little more iron. And I do see... Actually, wait, we have the atmospheric engine pump now. I can probably switch one of these construction sectors over, as long as it's only one of them. And then we could probably build them up a little more. Okay, this is good. We're starting to get iron construction going. We have no iron to begin with, but that's fine. All because America and Krupp invested in the country. So, that's getting us somewhere. We're trying to get that port built in the Panama so it has just enough market access to not starve to death. Because the population is actually leaving Panama. Which is not great. Not terrible either. It's just kind of a... You know, we don't really want it to happen if we can prevent it. Why do we have so much money suddenly? Man, I mean, I know we're taxing a lot and poll taxes are going up. I guess it's because Ecuador's giving a couple thousand now. Para's giving a bit. Yeah, that explains where some of it came from. And I see Costa Rica's civil war is never ending now. They're just stuck. Every time I check, the Netherlands is more likely to join. Just every time I check it, without fail. Brazil's a great power now, already. It's 1843. I didn't realize we were challenging a champion. Damn. Alright. See, Mexico joining is not a great thing. But if Mexico joins, then maybe... Does America dislike Mexico yet? Yes, they're antagonistic. Okay, so if Mexico joins, we can pull the US in, is what I'm seeing. I also see yet another area needs a port because of everything going on. We have the National Guard now as well, which is going to help a little bit. It's going to boost the officers and servicemen clout, but it also gives us access to more conscripts, which allows us to look a little more menacing, even if we actually aren't more menacing. Oh, a random anti-American association. Thanks, game. See, the game always knows how to make things better for us. By making them worse in the background and pretending it made it better, but, you know. We just let it do its thing, and we silently clean it up as time goes on. Oh, they're building a trade center for us. That's nice. So we can trade more. Okay, so we've annexed most of North Korea. North Korea, wow. My brain... I don't know why I'm over here thinking about Korea. We've annexed most of Costa Rica, but now we need to annex the rest of Costa Rica. The problem is that this Costa Rica built up relations and is actually cordial with us, so... We need to expel its ambassadors first, and then annex it. Right? The timing. Oh, the timing. The horrible, horrible timing. Actually build a few iron mines here. I know we've got 2 construction sectors to switch over still, but I haven't done them yet because the amount of iron we're making is not quite up there. Although we apparently need tool workshops again soon too. And we just need everything, don't we? Is this port being... No, it is not. Okay. Oh, you know, it would help if I actually mobilized the army. Yeah. We might win the war if I actually mobilized the army. You know, we were just giving them a fighting chance, that's all. They just didn't win. Yeah, that's definitely what we were doing. We definitely didn't forget about the war we just started or anything like that. That would be silly. I'm not investing too much at the moment, but we're in the early stages of the game, so I don't really expect investment. We need to get universities going, but we don't even have the... We barely have the finances to build, and we barely have the people to employ for, any university work. Although they did reduce the cost of that by a fair margin in terms of pops. And Peru is kind of just building up alongside us, which is neat. Brazil would join against them, Brazil, or us. Yeah, I thought as much. Oh, hi, Russia. How are you doing? See, you're improving relations. That's nice. Hopefully they don't mean anything bad by it. Okay, now we're going in the negatives again, which is fine, because I assume the... Yeah, private construction just isn't building at the moment. Oh, they're going to build an arms industry. Actually, they're expanding one. Yeah, no, it's building one. The Anti-Ottoman Society is offering an alliance with Russia. It's not a terrible idea. We'll keep it in our back pocket for now. We just won't use it right away. Venezuela wants a defense pact. I think they know what we intend to do. So, now Russia's defending Venezuela. What is happening? Alright, well, that's okay. Not like I wanted to go bully them anyway. This is going to increase costs further, but we're going to go ahead and use that atmospheric engine to get the railway research done faster. Would love to get steel, but we'll see if that ever happens. I'm going to do a low subvention for iron, just so we don't run into endless shortages with it. Oh, and Prussia's building more iron mines. See, this is working out so well, chat. We could even sell the iron mines if we're feeling lucky. I am feeling lucky. I am going to let them buy up the iron mines that we built. Problem is that now we have next to no tools. Starting to flirt with a shortage of tools, actually. And that's after building a second... Oh, you know what? We'll just start importing steel. We'll start importing steel, and we'll work on a steel mill. So we'll import it to solve our current crisis of needing steel, and then we'll just, yeah. Solve it later. That way we have plenty of tools, and we don't have to build more tools for now. That doesn't solve any of this. It just, it's all kicking it down the road, so to speak. We might have the mines use the railroads if we... Oh, we just got a free university. Sweet. Thanks, industrialists. Your contribution to the university will not go unnoticed. Until I decide it needs to be unnoticed. Ah, right, yes. The port is not, giving as much infrastructure as I remember. Okay, this state is just suffering. No one even wants to work in the port. This poor Panama is just suffering right now. No one wants to work in it at all. I am actually going to delete 2 of the logging camps here because I need to force these people to work in the port, or else we're just not going to get anything. Ship shortage? Oh, yeah, yeah, no, you're right. We don't have any ships, do we? I might have forgotten that small, highly crucial detail of needing ships. I kind of want to get the water tube boiler next, just for our production. Corporate charters is spreading. I really like getting central archives just for the bureaucracy, though, and we kind of need bureaucracy. I think I'll do my usual strategy of central archives, dialectics, and then water tube boiler. Takes time, though. Takes time. Did you guys did it too? Everyone is just sending us happy ambassadors, I've noticed. Mexico might intervene. That's what it said last time, and Mexico didn't intervene. And this time, we will not forget to summon the army. Like last time. Okay, Mexico joined. And apparently the U.S., although they're belligerent, the U.S. actually doesn't want to join for anything. Is this because they don't think we can help? No, they're just very neutral due to turmoil. I mean, if I just dig in and wait, if we just kind of play it defensively, chat, we'll be fine. The issue is if we try to go on the offense, then we'll just die. But just to be safe, we'll raise the conscripts as well. We're not taking risks today. Not today. Maybe next time. I'm having to bounce around now because there's just a lot of stuff going on in the background at once. In fact, someone is building a food industry here. Who is building this? This is our investment pool. Okay. I wasn't sure if that was us or someone else. Actually, weirdly enough, Mexico has not sent its main forces over. I wonder if Mexico can't afford to send their troops over here. Because they kind of just didn't. Wow, look at the ambition on Nicaragua. They were gonna take 4 states from us. Instead, Mexico joined the war, rivaled us, and is just floating outside, staring us down. Don't know what Mexico's plan here was. I feel like they're just kind of making a show of force without intending to do anything. And their full intention is to just turn around and go home the moment they can. Like, they don't actually care about helping. They're just showing up to say they tried. That's Nicaragua gone. What is your... Yeah, that's what I figured, is that it was going to be bad. So we're just going to delete those 2 then. That way it has infrastructure again. Otherwise, the state has no infrastructure and it's just a disaster in the background. So Mexico is now our de facto rival. Why do I have good relations with you all? Ooh, general training. Now we can throw more men into the meat grinder simultaneously. Yeah, Mexico basically went out to get the milk while Nicaragua was waiting for their aid. I had the whole army on defense expecting them to attack, and when they didn't, I kind of realized we could just walk in and take it. I know Para still is having a lot of turmoil. It's not fully stabilized yet, but I'm trying to just build construction sectors there to employ people and just spread it out a little. Panama is still kind of suffering, but it's stable now. People are kind of being forced into the port, and it's giving it just enough infrastructure to mostly survive. Not completely, but we kind of almost... Oh, and then it started flooding in Panama. Well, so much for that, then. And this game really does not like Panama. What did poor Panama do? Okay, we actually can't do any companies yet. We don't have the buildings. We don't own enough buildings. I want to get the one that lets us produce special rosewood, but that requires 5 paper mills in a state in Brazil, and the only 2 states we have are either the Amazons or hates us. Technically, there's the food building to do for the birth rate, but that would still take investment time. And things like the tool workshops we'd have to nationalize first from foreigners, which is just not happening. So we'll figure out how we're going to do this. Because Frederick Krupp already owns the iron mines, so I really don't need to invest in iron mines when it comes to a company, because we already have a company doing that. Yes, technically the National Guard is maxed out because we only have 1 level. We have to get technology to get more. But in saying that, the officers are currently at 8.4% of the total political clout. Now that we've managed to recruit some again and they're not all dead in some nearby field. Our economy is also half of Brazil's, which is probably the same as before, but oh well. We're slowly working on that department. What do you guys want? Ideally, I get public health care. And actually, yeah, we might deviate for public health care here after Central Archives. But we'll see. I need to actually invest more into government administration now. Because we do not have bureaucracy. We're losing about 10% of our tax revenue now. Engines. Oh, someone built a railway. Cool. I didn't see that one coming at all. I'm grateful for the railway because it means I can stop doing road maintenance here. But I am a little surprised by it. Okay, Venezuela is really happy with us at this point. Russia still wants to defend them. Peru's becoming more... I don't want to say loyal, but they're no longer thinking about immediately revolting from us. France might defend Bolivia. Bolivia's isolated, though. France can't really get to them without going through someone else. And we're kind of stuck on, as far as advancement is concerned, I think. I don't really have the army to afford facing off against Brazil at the moment, but I think we're doing okay for the first few years here. I don't like the banana plantations that they're building now and then, but I just have to accept that that's going to happen from time to time. It's just how it's going to be. We've actually just became a major power, which is awesome, but I'm pretty sure that's not going to last long. Still, we better make the most of it for the year that we have it. If we even have it for more than that. God, nothing is making a profit. Everything is barely functional. Oh boy. It's probably not worth the expense, but I am going to try to build a university in a couple of areas. Just to try and get things going. Oh! We have our first regional headquarters from the Russian-American company. Who is owning logging camps. Did I not nationalize those? I did. Huh. Interesting. Okay, that might be a problem. So, it turns out, chat, even if you make a national monopoly on buildings, foreign investment can buy it anyway, which I'm pretty sure... I don't think that's supposed to happen. I don't quite think that's... Maybe that it is supposed to happen. I don't think it's supposed to happen. But it did happen, and we get to deal with it. Since that did happen, I am just going to turn off the monopoly, because apparently that's not working right now as I thought it did. So that's okay, though. That's okay. We're just gonna roll with it. I will cry in my corner, but we're gonna roll with it. Yep, there's the Lee Wilson and Company, which I expected would be established by the Americans at some point. They don't own anything in our country yet, though, which is interesting. Oh, wow. North German Federation already. Huh. Well, that's neat. Do you own anything? No. I do enjoy that the East India Company owns stuff, but knowing what's going to happen, eventually the East India Company is going to mess up and they're going to get disbanded. So that does take out the company I was planning on, but it's whatever. We will just roll with it. And we got to learn something new out of it, so yeah. We're actually making a fair bit of money. I'm kind of debating on dropping taxes a little for stability's sake. Oh! Venezuela must have researched nationalism. Because they just got a bunch of claims on us for... they're pursuing Gran Colombia. Aw, that's adorable. We could take away their investment rights and nationalize them. But I kind of also just want to see where this goes because I'm amused by it. I'm amused by it so far. That could change pretty quickly. I mean, in that case, we could just build the food industries up and let that go. As previously planned. That's also an option. I don't think it's our best idea, but yeah. There's not too much you can do about it. Like, we could nationalize it, but I actually just want to see where this goes with foreign investments in the other great powers. And see if we can't utilize it well or not. There's Central Archives. And I just raised our military wages so we don't fall from major power, so we actually get to keep it. Because who doesn't love being a major power? Actually, get rid of those. There's a lot of turmoil, apparently. Yeah, more soldiers. That's probably what we're going to go for here. I'm just letting some universities build up, but I had to cancel some because some areas are having revolt issues, and so it's just not going great right now in terms of stability for the moment. But we're pretty self-reliant on paper mill investment, which is good. Yeah. I love all the different companies that are coming to start owning. We actually have so much iron that we can't import any of it. We could actually probably export some of it at this point. That might be another reason why our construction is suddenly looking really good, chat, is because we just have a decent chunk of overseas investment. Or not overseas investment, a good chunk... Well, actually, yeah. A good chunk of overseas investment ended up giving us the extra iron needed for constructions. We actually have a variety of foreign investment going on here. I don't like those banana plantations, and I'm going to keep saying it till the day I die. Well, I mean, they did improve them in 1.9, so I guess it's not that bad now. It's not great, but if I had to compare it to the previous versions of the game, it's not terrible. I just don't like it. Okay, I am tired of waiting on Honduras. Ooh, the 43% chance that they might just accept... Oh, this is treaty port. That's why. I was going to say, why are they... why are they so willing to just be annexed? This makes no sense. Let's see if Mexico does anything this time. I think the reason why Mexico didn't do much, I think Mexico didn't have the convoys to actually navally invade. Or, not navally invade, but send their troops overseas without going into just full supply deficit. So they just kind of sat there just staring at us, not knowing what to really do about it. Man, mobilizing the army is kind of expensive. Could also be the extra construction, though. I'm not sure yet. Hello, Marcus. Welcome to the stream. We're just playing a very interesting game of New Granada. This is actually our second go-ahead with it, because our first go-ahead got bonked on the head by Brazil right off the bat. Well, apparently has 71 battalions already. I do believe they have it. I just wish they didn't. Okay, you also have a bit of an issue. And oh, I guess you're unincorporated, so that's kind of why. But I'm going to arbitrarily remove a few buildings. Just to get it close. There we go. It's not perfect, but it's kind of better now. Hey! We actually got Road to Progress done. So that means less than 35% of the population are peasants now. Which was definitely intentional and a part of my plan all this time. Yep. Definitely intentional. The Lee Wilson Company's here, actually. Oh, great. So they're boosting railways. They're boosting cotton plantations. We actually have Sea Island cotton now, chat. So the one textile mill we have gets to be more productive. Yay! Did you know that we import most of the clothing that we need? Did you know I'm a liar, apparently, too? Okay. Yeah, we probably want to make more textiles. I thought we were importing most of it, but apparently Peru is also getting a lot of investment. Peru is actually at 3 million GDP now. And our own GDP skyrocketed in the last few years, partially due to annexations, but definitely primarily because of the investments we've been receiving. Denmark is offering us investment rights, which I don't care for. The Netherlands also rivaled us, so I'm just going to rival them back for fun because we can. We could actually upgrade to skirmish infantry, but I'm not going to do that. Not because I think it'd be dumb, I just don't think we can afford it. At least not right now. We could definitely afford an expansion to the army, though. I'm not biased or insane whatsoever. Dutch Goyana, we could yoink that. Oh, yes, Marcus. The mechanics have definitely changed since you've last been here. If it's been since 1.6. Oh, they've changed. I have some 1.9 videos up that might help you understand some of the newer mechanics if you're interested, but I can answer questions too. Meeper, the beta is pretty nice. It just fixes an issue where if you capitulate the Overlord, the vassals or puppets that were targeted weren't being targeted properly. It basically just fixes that. So you no longer have that issue being a problem. The US loves us, you love us. Oh, the great powers just love us. It's so nice to have great powers that don't want to murder your face. Who gets involved if we conquer this? Maybe no one, not sure. And if we try to annex Argentina, not that we can reach them. What if we try to make Bolivia protectorate? Peru probably joins them. Yeah, there's just we have no friends. That's just what it is, chat. We have no friends. Dutch Guiana could be fun to grab. The problem is that we have to go through Britain to get to it. We could maybe do it though. Random radical? No, thank you. We don't need radicals in this country. Those are unnecessary. Radicals are unnecessary, and we will not be importing them. Thank you very much. Give me that 5 legitimacy. Pharmaceuticals. Oh. I saw the U.S. was colonizing Texas. I thought it said they took Texas, and I was very curious for a moment until I read it again. Okay. Okay, there we go, chat. We have our first company. It's the company I thought I wasn't going to do, and in the end, I made it exist anyway. Welcome to the food industry company, the one that I just can't stop making, apparently. Given time, this will be profitable. Grain just got really expensive again. But it's fine. Well, actually, I need to give them a monopoly rights on food industries. Totally for, definitely not for any price gouging reasons, of course. Definitely not. I wouldn't price gouge at all, Chad. I wouldn't cause the prices to rise to increase productivity. Especially on food. Right? The best features were in the free update, thankfully. Yeah, you can still stabilize Prussia's economy if you know what you're doing when you're forming North Germany and then Super Germany, but you definitely have... I'm not going to say more levers to deal with. You have more ongoing activity to deal with simultaneously. Who just lost all their rivalries? Oh, the Ottomans. Did they go bankrupt? Yeah, no. No, they didn't go bankrupt. The slavery got condemned twice. Oh, wow. In the same year, too. That's just painful. I do like the birth rate boost from the company, too. It's very nice. Very stylish. Frederick Krupp has now set up shop domestically. In fact, actually, North Germany. You're not Germany yet. Ooh. Yes. Oh, there are some good companies in here, chat, actually. Ooh, this could be swell. I'm gonna give them a few monopolies. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. For 25, can I make this longer? Ooh, could I get this for 99 years? Could I actually? Yeah. So now, if I'm correct, yes, I'm forced to auto-privatize motor industries. I'm forced to auto-privatize those. I can still build them, but they should have monopoly rights in the country now. They have so many monopolies, oh my god, in their own country as well. But according to the new treaty signed with the Germans, motors, steel, and artillery. We don't even have artillery yet, but we will at some point, won't we? So what should happen is Frederick Krupp should be able to... Yes! Actually, that's exactly what happened. They bought the steel mill. It worked as I intended. Yay! So now it's suddenly got a 44% productivity boost. Oh, it's good to see the mechanics function as you think they do. That doesn't mean they will function as you think they do. It's just sometimes you're not wrong when you think about stuff. Okay, we need more universities and maybe more construction at some point here. Right, it's great. We are gonna make prestige goods, Vincent, but I decided instead of trying to fight AI foreign investment and never allowing it, I'm going to embrace this and use the great powers to turn Latin America into something prosperous while backing it all with the barrel of a gun. Well, at least ideally with the barrel of a gun. Right now we don't really have a lot of guns. And it's okay if the arms industries are owned by foreigners, because the guns are still being made here, and the foreigners have to abide by our, our rules and needs. In fact, thanks to the Germans, we now have an arms industry, so we no longer have to import. And the fist has now clenched. Oh, thank you, Marcus. You have a good night. But with this, it's going to double the political strength of officers. So right now they're at 12%. But if we do this and let it tick, they jump up to 15. It's even stronger now. They're one of the top 3. And they're being paid higher wages, right? We did pay them higher wages. Yeah, we did. I was going to say, I am paying them a good wage. Prestige guns from France would be good. Technically the US, although 1.9's updates did also make it to where there is a generic one you can get. So that is, we could kind of just double dip into that one instead if we really want to. If we really want to. We don't have to. I'm a little concerned by how high our expenditures are now, though. Well, that's probably because our IP grew and investment isn't rolling as fast now. Also, probably because the regional HQs are taking in the investment, but they're also reinvesting back into us anyway. So it's like, it's not great, it's not terrible, they're kind of here. Actually, I just realized I have 2 different foreign companies that can own iron mines, which is fine. I just didn't think about it. Paper's expensive again, as usual. We can start importing sulfur, why not? Can we make sulfur? Sort of, by proxy. We could kind of make sulfur is the answer. Ooh, see, now invading Guatemala is the risky part, because Mexico could actually get to us by land. Wait, does Mexico's army suck? I mean, yeah, no, it's line infantry. But why is its power projection so weak? Weird. Oh, right, because we got cannons, didn't we? We smartened up. Oh, shoot, yeah. You're right. No, you're right, Vincent. Now that we actually make groceries, we can give the army groceries. They can actually make use of it, finally. The army's been slacking for so long until now. Oh, yeah, by the way, the armed forces are powerful, in case you, noticed it sooner than I did, but yeah, they're powerful now. I don't know for how long, but it's going to be longer than right this second. Okay, someone's already building a railway, so I don't have to worry about the railway. And, oh, I don't know why am I building another government administration when we have central archives? Goodness, I've had quite the week. Not focusing very well on the game, I see. Yeah, there we go. Groceries are very expensive. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but Mexico's army is just in the gutter. You know what? Unless someone's going to intervene alongside Mexico that's of importance, the United States might actually intervene. So let's invade San Salvador here. But we'll wait until it's about 50 days in. That way, we're not just overspending on the army in an unnecessary manner. Do I need to start exporting? We're actually exporting iron. Wow. Okay. I don't mind exporting iron. I just feel a little surprised that we're exporting iron. We're exporting oil. It's 1854 and we're exporting whale oil. I love it. Who's in charge of the armed forces now? I just saw the guy dying. It's different. Okay. We can actually go for public health care now, I just realized. So that'll be good. Get more pops going at once. We're almost at 10 million GDP. What is Brazil's GDP like? We've actually surpassed Brazil, chat. We have surpassed Brazil economically. We just need to surpass them militarily. Also, it looks like no one's coming to save El Salvador, not San Salvador. I was reading the state name. I mean, I guess we're invading the same location either way, but I want to get the accuracy correct. Wow, that is a lot of foreign investment for coal mines. I mean, I'll take it. I'm happy to get foreign investment. And, other investment, but, you know. Just gotta figure out what we're gonna do next. Actually, we're kind of running out of peasants now because we're building up so well, thanks to all the foreign investment. So, our foreign investment might start backfiring on us here. Or rather, the foreign investment we're getting might backfire on us. Whenever we run out of pops and railways aren't going to cause transportation to be stupid expensive in the state. But first, we're just going to invade more neighbors. Because nothing says a functional economy like invading random neighbors. Oh! 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 They had a dye company and now we've just inherited the dye company. Huh. Is this something we want? Dude, do we want one of our companies to be a dye company? We could just make something else, like, I don't know, premium goods. We just have to build towards it. Which would work fine. Actually, I would love to get craft paper just to be funny. Right? I think we'll get craft paper to be funny. We can't do the special rose wood that I was considering doing, so our next best bet is to do something like the plantation company. Because coffee. Or get the prestige paper for fun. Yeah, I see. Yeah, we could kind of do the paper company. We just need 2 more mills right here, and I could just build that right now. Because what we're just going to end up doing is exporting the paper later on anyway. In fact, let's push the logging camps back. Yep, 20% throughput on not just universities, but also your government administration, too. I would like to do more laws as well, but we kind of, we're entering a bit of a budget hole here because I kind of built too much construction. And we're actually reaching a point where we're going to run out of unemployed. But I'm going to let this ride out. Actually, should I let this ride out, or does interest get high? What is our interest rate? 11%. That's not great, because we're a major power. Don't know. I don't like that. I declare war on Mexico. Would Guatemala join? Ooh, they would. Interesting. Okay. Decisions. Can I make Peru? No. Okay. Peru is really slowing me down. I'm just gonna arbitrarily blame Peru for all of this. No reason, just because I can. Yeah, Brazil managed to get itself some good allies in the end, it looks like, so we can't really invade them. And Venezuela is also kind of getting foreign protection, which I really don't like. They also just made the Venezuelan culture, but yeah, well. I think we're doing fine. Aside from the growing deficit, I think we're okay. In fact, we just got central banking, which dropped interest rate risks by a little bit. A navy would definitely jump us to great power. In fact, we should probably consider building a navy. Because that is also an extension of the armed forces. But we're probably just going to build a couple frigates for now. Because we, well, I guess we could do 10 of each. We just don't have the pops. Which reminds me... What do we need in order to get mechanized looms, mechanized workshops? Okay. I'd like to actually get cultural exclusion too, just to get more pop types. And we're going to pick an arguably strange company, and we're going to give it monopoly rights, chat, to make paper more expensive, because of course I am. I know that sounds ludicrous, making paper more expensive, but it makes the company more profitable. And it's our company. It also makes sure that only they own the buildings and no one else. Otherwise, we could have a problem later. We do kind of have to import ships at the start, though, which isn't the greatest thing ever, but... it's just one of those things that we can deal with. I don't know if 20 ships will be enough to get us to great power, but having the Navy is definitely better than having nothing. Once we can make Peru a puppet, we'll see about going to more wars, but right now I'm going to just kind of focus on nurturing the economy. I would love to get mass migrations, but I think there just aren't mass migrations happening. No, the US is stealing them all. Even though so we have a higher mass migration score, chat, at 60 compared to 54, and America's getting them. The game hates us, I'm telling you. So we could use military access, but Bolivia hates us. We could maybe do it through Peru. Could we actually do it with the treaty? Oh, you actually can. Huh. Fair enough, but they're about to become a puppet, so we'll just leave it anyway. Plus, I think we needed to invade Central America anyway before it got a lot of friends. That way we have it, and then we needed to stop for a bit because finances were starting to dip into the red. Alright. Radical politician has died. Oh no, whatever will we do, chat? Life goes on. Life goes on. Hey, a random protectionist. The industrialists are actually getting a lot of power, I've noticed. Huh. Might have to lower taxes soon. The obligations would be nice. Belgium is offering us a defense pact. You know, out of all the nations to get a defense pact with, Belgium is actually fine. Because they usually don't get involved in a war anyway. I will actually agree with that. For once, I will actually agree to that. Let's just get job opportunities built up there. Okay, we have some public health care now, chat. Some. It's not a lot, but we're gonna slowly build it up as time goes on here. Oh, I'd love to get proportional taxation. That would help a ton. Maybe after dialectics is done. Egalitarianism is spreading to us, actually, so that's fantastic. We could probably negotiate for a few obligations, but the main issue is Brazil actually has more men than us in the field at the moment, so they would actually win. France would probably help us, but the issue is Britain joining in, so maybe we could ask them for an obligation in exchange for giving them Power Block Embassy. But then maybe we double down with the Germans and give them some. No? Okay. What about the Russians? We'll find someone here. We can't. We already gave them an obligation. We have to do a different treaty. Oh, one at a time. Let me check the war now. Because now Britain wouldn't... Oh, Britain's allied. Well, shoot. Never mind. Doesn't work. Brazil has an alliance with Britain, so... Yeah... Britain's obligated to come to their defense. We could balance that out, yeah, with different power block embassies, so none of them really actually get a hold. Although some of them don't want to give it, so we're kind of stuck in that department. Not that it matters, we're so well balanced out between them all that it just doesn't happen. We could ally with France, but then that's just a war with Britain, which we could maybe afford, except for the fact Britain rules the waves right now and will completely choke our economy out. All the trade we're doing right now, chat, all of this trade you see here would collapse. It would cease to exist. In saying that, we really should build port. Oh, I was going to say shipyards, but apparently our investment pool has already thought about that, and they're actually building 2 separate shipyards. So, never mind about the shipyards, chat. They're already said and done. We just kind of have to play around and wait, I guess. Which is kind of like... It's not the most fun part about the game, but that's kind of the situation we're in right now. We could ask for transfer goods, but I know right now transfer goods has a small, like, abusable loophole where you can go into negative convoys and still do it for your goods transfer, even though you're not supposed to be able to. So I'm trying to just avoid doing that. On the bright side, 96% of our cotton is Sea Island cotton, and all of our opium is Bengal opium. I'm sure I won't regret that later on, when they all get obsessed with it and we have none. Right? Oh boy. We could ask them for goods, that's true, but it would kind of be an inverse situation then. And what I have noticed is that Britain has been struggling to make enough convoys to keep their market at 100% all the time. So I'm kind of holding off on it to not over-abuse the AI with it. I could do it. I could abuse the AI with it. I'm just choosing not to. Okay, let's just switch one more over. We need to switch them all over because we're about to have the other healthcare levels come up, even though it's going to raise expenses, which I don't like. Oh, the water tube boiler is spreading to us too. The game is just treating us so well. I say after saying how badly it was treating us not long ago. Wow, paper's at 30 plus 36% expenditure. That's fine. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's not abuse if the AI wants it. Look, I don't think that's how that works. I don't think that's how that works. Let's get chemical bleaching so we can use our dye to make more paper, because paper's expensive. Totally not because I gave all the paper production to a single company as a monopoly, and now they're using the monopoly against us. That would never happen. Oh, what happened? Oh! I see. That happened, chat. Welcome to a extremely clean AI Super Germany in 1857. Like, this is clean. This is the cleanest AI German Empire I've ever seen. There's no minor state left behind. Like, this is clean. This is what you want as a player. Only you want it by the 1840s. This is our new best friend. We are going to befriend them as much as we can and as hard as we can. I will go as far as to make an alliance with them if I have to. So we're going to give them trade privileges now, and we're going to just do further negotiations with them to see if I can't squeeze anything out of it. Oh man, great powers really don't want to give you anything. Can I get a treaty port? No. Right? We may as well, we could ask them for the obligation, I just can't renegotiate the treaty afterwards. So I might hold it for a separate treaty is what I'm thinking. Can I get them to pay us though? Not for a lot. They have an excess of amount of iron because of their formation. That's going to change. Let a few weeks tick by, chat, actually, because they do need to reorganize everything. But that is scary. This is a Germany game now. This is a Germany game. Ooh. I like this deal, chat, because it means Russia they just also guaranteed Brazil's independence, which makes it a little difficult. So I think what I need to do is pull Brazil into a war with something like Bolivia. And if I can pull Brazil into that, I can just kind of gank them from there. Problem is that a lot of the weaker powers tend to make good allies. Ooh. Hang on, chat. I think we can bully Chile out of existence. Well, almost out of existence. I would just keep them down here in their little colony zone. But if we can take Santiago, that is a big chunk of their economy gone. Plus they have gold and sulfur. And Peru has to join us. 2% chance. Will they say yes? Oh, it would have been so funny if they did. So, let's see. Britain will join us if we just enforce trade privileges. I'm gonna say yes to this because that guarantees that we win. It doesn't matter at this point. We've won this war. We've already won the war now. So, let's take this state as well, and I'm gonna primary that. That way we have a land connection. And Los Rios. I kind of want to take... Wow, they get 25% trade capacity here. In 3 states. And market access price impact. Wow, Chile's been eating good down here. Ah, man, Chile, I didn't know you got such good bonuses. What else do you have? Oh, I'm sorry. They have it in 4 states, chat. My bad. Or, yeah, they have it in 4 states, but this one also gives hardwood. Wow, I see how it is. Meanwhile, I have to deal with less infrastructure up in the north. Okay. I know, I'm sorry, Gluck, but it is what it is. It's just good business, you see. Do I take Los Rios? If I don't take it now, we have a problem later. Yeah, let's just take it now. Let's just take it now. Or... yeah, let's just take it now. There's no reason to sugarcoat this. We'll just take it now. We'll remove Chile from the game and get ourselves to be a lot stronger. I was just investing to those fishing wharves because that gives the Central Americas some easy jobs and it keeps food prices down. Sort of. I mean, a lot of people are buying from the food industry, but we're making sure it's not too terribly expensive. The problem is that we need more of both buildings in order to get it any larger. Alright, like I said, that war's already won. I don't even need to pay attention to it. We can win it on our own, but Britain joining on our side just kind of single-handedly guaranteed that it's over. I know these are going to get really expensive. Oh, someone is giving us prestige tools. Hang on. Hang on, someone is giving us prestige tools, chat, and I forgot to privatize things. Where is this prestige tool coming from? Oh, I guess we'll figure it out in a minute when they start buying things up. Oh, it's got to be from Belgium, right? Yeah, hang on. It's got to be from Belgium. I forgot, because their starting company does that, right? Yeah, it does. Hang on. Belgium, where's our treaty? I would like to renegotiate it. Would you like a monopoly right on tools? And... see, major powers don't want to give you monopoly rights that well either. It is better, though. It is better. And you know... can they give us money? No. I'll do the obligation then, Gluck. Only for you. And also because it's Belgium, but that's beside the point. Oh, we have so few peasants. We're actually... our first go ended so badly, so fast, chat. I didn't think we'd do any better. Now we're actually doing too well. I'm running out of pops very fast. And in fact, chat, I know we were researching chemical bleaching. I'm switching to nationalism because at this rate we can form the Federation of the Andes. And we might as well, you know? Because I believe the Bolivar journal entry requires you to do the Gran Colombia journal entry first. We'll see. I think it requires it. To be honest with you, I have no idea. I've never really attempted it before, so I'm honestly just spewing hot air into the world to find out. Oh, Russia, I don't like that protectorate status. No, we'll make paper here at home. We keep losing our general. Our generals keep dying of old age. Where are they going? Why don't they just stay here where it's safe? It could be pan-nationalism, yeah. I will still research nationalism now to activate the journal entry and probably go on Venezuela then. Oh. Russia's in a big war. Something just happened. Oh, wow. So Russia went to make Denmark a protectorate and got Germany on their side against France and Britain. We literally have World War I going on right now, chat. It's 1858, and the German Empire and the Russian Empire are at war against Great Britain and the French Republic. Which, in fact... I mean, this doesn't mean they wouldn't join, but they do have a high score to not join now. The problem is that we have a lot of infamy. Let's kind of wait for our infamy to tick down a little so we don't... If we hit that 50%, it's going to just trigger Russia to come and kick our rear ends out of existence. We could actually just ask them for an obligation because they like to invest in us so much. There we go. We do have migration controls active, which honestly, that could be why we're not getting people. Because I think the US has no migration controls. Yeah. We're actually banning slavery, too. So that might be something we work on next. Is just kind of, actually, America. Can I get a law commitment assistance from you? To get no migration. If I give you an obligation. Ah, no, they declined it. Why? Is there something in the treaty that doesn't work? Oh, well. We'll figure that out in a bit. I might go to Britain instead. Oh my god, we have no peasants. Peru, do you have peasants? No? There's just no peasants. Which I'm grateful for, but also where'd my peasants go? Oh! We could use the... Oh, Humiliation War CV, I see. Does that make them less likely to defend them? Oh, it does. Oh, that's weird. It does make them less likely to defend, really. Oh, that's weird. Oh, they'll sometimes decline when it says they'll accept. I see. Okay. In that case, let's do a separate treaty here. I will just have to do this separate treaty and see if I can't get the Americans to agree to something. No. Okay, I need to let that recently one calm down a bit here. I'm a little nervous that this won't work, chat. But I will follow that advice. The humiliation. I mean, worst case scenario, they're fighting each other right now. They couldn't really send that much to come actually deal with us. Ah! There's the issue. Brazil joined against us. I mean, we don't really have an army, do we? I mean, we kind of have an army. But I think I can ask Belgium to join with an obligation. Not that Belgium has much, but, we got something. We have Peru's army, at least. Let's do this. Just raise more conscripts, why don't we? And you know what? We'll go ahead and ask Belgium to join. Now that the war's escalated, this is actually a better position for us. We do need to knock out Venezuela first, though, or else we just die. So, we are going to make Venezuela a protectorate, and we're going to make that a primary, because otherwise they will just get out. Okay. Okay. That already killed our maneuvers for liberation. That killed one plan. That's one foot in the grave then for us. Which of these states are the best for you? Obviously none. It's the states down here, but I'm just deliberating. The problem here is that Brazil has a lot of troops. This is dumb and this is risky, but we do technically have access to skirmishers. We're just gonna have to import a lot of bullets and hope that Brazil's navy can't stop us, even though they do have. Oh, we never. We never got an admiral, did we? What's worse is that we don't really have any pops left for the military either. I can't put you in because then it's unacceptable. I really want to get off migration controls or drop us to cultural exclusion. Either one would help. Of course, the U.S. is in a civil war now, so we can't really get their help at all. So, thanks for that, America. The French should have cultural exclusion, right? They start with it. Oh, they switched to racial segregation, I think. No, they didn't. They just don't have the option. I see. And they're wary. Man, ooh, boy. People are not happy over here with us. Okay. Yeah, we do need to get rid of legacy slavery at some point here. So, we might lose this war, but honestly, I am going to try fighting it anyway. The Americans are collapsing, so that's a little unfortunate. The problem here is that I need units against... Oh, wait, okay, good. The Belgians are coming over. Fantastic. We are just going to have to pay, like, high subventions to import the bullets. And ideally, we can just hold off the Brazilians until we've conquered Venezuela, and then swing around and take them out. That's what I'm hoping to do, but realistically, we're probably going to die. But since we have skirmish infantry, there's a chance we win. After the initial fight, I'm hoping to just wipe them out fast if we don't take too many casualties. Yeah, they are going to push in, which I expected. But we just have to beat Venezuela before they get to our capital. And the Belgians being there is good because it is slowing them down. Okay, that should be Venezuela done. So Venezuela isn't going to capitulate right away, but we're no longer in a two-front war scenario, and the two-front war scenario was the problem. But now that that's calmed down, we just have to focus on... I forgot to take something from Brazil, didn't I? Now that we had the points for it, that's okay. The fact we can hold our own against Brazil is good enough in my books, chat. If Brazil can't beat us, then that's a good step in the right direction. I do need to kind of retake this state first, though, if you would, please. Instead of pushing into Brazil, could we just liberate our territory first? That'd be great. Thank you. Thank you, game. That way they don't burn it to the ground on us here. Okay, there we go, chat. We've won. We've won the war. We just need to get Brazil to admit it. We didn't really have the points to kind of go in and take stuff from Brazil, but the fact we fought Brazil to a stalemate is good. We grabbed Venezuela, although we're not going to be able to annex them right away. We can take a few actions to kind of push it along quickly here. Well, we will finish that naval expansion just to be safe. And I do see that the Civil War in America has played out to an unfortunate conclusion. And I do say unfortunate because it means America's investments are suddenly really weak. Oh, we're a great power now because guess who isn't a great power anymore, so we kind of took their place. Poor America. Also, I guess we should start incorporating the states down here, huh? And then build up more administrations. Yeah. We could take away their investment rights, but there is a counter argument to leave their investment rights in place, actually, because at this point, now that there's a let me word it this way. The Americans put an HQ in us that is boosting our cotton plantations and railways. This means I do not need to build a company that will do either of these. It will handle itself. It's giving us Sea Island cotton, which is a prestige good, which is bolstering things like our furniture manufacturers and our textile mills for prestige inputs. So, arguably, they can stay. They have to obey our requirements, and I plan to tax the hell out of their dividends later. But for now, they can stay. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna drop military taxes and drop taxes from very high to high to get us contested. And we're just gonna try to push for no migration controls. I don't think we're gonna get it. But we're just gonna push for it. And hope that we do. Also trying to see, I might, because greener grass campaigns aren't working right now because we're not getting the mass migrations. I'm gonna turn 2 of those off to quickly suppress the supremacist movement, just so it doesn't have strength to do anything. I really can't afford to lose that legitimacy, so I will just let them get upset in 5 years. I don't plan to get off free trade for protectionism, chat. I'm just pretending to promise that, so they leave me alone. I forgot to bolster the gold mines, though, which is definitely a me problem. In fact, I'd like to build up the gold mines, if that's okay. Because more gold means more minting, meaning I can afford to keep taxes low. Yeah, we could do that just to get Venezuela annexed faster. That is kind of why I did that other stuff too, so they wouldn't increase in their liberty desire right off the bat. We still have 9 months of nationalism, though. We really need more. We really need more universities, but with everything else going on, we just haven't been able to afford it. Oh, has Argentina managed to become in? Oh no, never mind. Now that we're a great power, though, we have a lot of interests we can establish. I actually want to get one over here in China, India, Italy. Not India, I'm sorry, this is Spain. This is India. Persia, maybe the Nile. Where else do you think, chat? Where else do we want interests? Arabia? Yeah, we could do Arabia. Just to keep an eye on things. Oh, wow. Speaking of Arabia, apparently Egypt's been doing a little bit of expansionism. Ah. Good for them. Oh. Right. Yeah. Maybe we leave these gold mines for later, chat. They're a little on the expensive side when it comes to construction at the moment. Oh, boy. Just a little. It's only, it's only like 90 weeks for it to finish, right? That's not long. I just realized, unless someone comes to protect Mexico, they're kind of free real estate for us now. I'll wait a little for our infamy to go down a bit and for our finances to recover, but I'm very tempted to trick Mexico into a war that they can't win. I am very tempted to do that right now. The Gran Colombia and Congo timeline. That sounds extremely cursed, and I hate you for giving that idea. I didn't establish an interest group somewhere. I don't know if I want to expand outside Latin America, given the goals, but to be honest, I'm game for anything right now. Just whatever we find funny, really, for the day. That's all there is to it. Ah, 68. Man, these are not really agreeing with me here. I'm just trying to find places to build things. You know what? 2 here. 1 in each of those. And then we'll just get more universities built in all these states. I built 2 there, didn't I? Yeah. Those will be cheap and easy. Now, getting off state religion could help, but if we get no migration controls, that will also help. The problem is that the rural folk are angry. So are the bourgeoisie, apparently. Unacceptable government. Oh, we dipped back to unacceptable. Alright, I'm gonna hate it, but we're gonna drop taxes again just to calm them down a little and lower the radicalism. Oh, authority. I can get rid of that, too. Now the rule folk are bouncing between -9 and -10. They're not making this any easier on me, Chad. They really aren't. Alright. Okay. Bolivar's ambition. Oh, we have to get pan-nationalism for it. Okay. Cool, so at least we were right about that. But we can't get Gran Colombia. Result in 11 infamy. Oh, we have to take the infamy, though, or else we lose the journal entry. But... fuck. To heck with it, we'll do it, because it'll give us the event. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. And then, how much do you get for being granted a state? It's 5. 5. 31. Let's... this... and... there we are. It didn't annex Venezuela entirely. Wait. Wait, it doesn't annex Venezuela when you do it? Huh. That's neat. A wave of Caribbean nationalist agitation will pass through Haiti. Huh. Well, we have re-established Gran Colombia. That was part of our objectives. It did not annex either of our vassals, though, which feels a little odd. It's a little strange, chat. We'll still press on. We're fine. This doesn't change anything. It's just unexpected. We can actually form the Federation of the Andes if we have the journal entry, but we need pan-nationalism for it. And pan-nationalism will take approximately 10 years. So we could rush it and get it by 1871, but I think we'll just kind of focus on other texts so we don't fall behind. We at least annexed all of Venezuela, as in, most of it is incorporated states. So that's still not perfect. It could be a lot worse. Now, the vassals might revolt against us here soon, and that will be a problem. Sort of. I mean, Venezuela lost its army. Its army has now been incorporated into ours. Well, what's left of it. Yeah, in null state. I do love small bugs. Alrighty. This is definitely a cursed timeline, I can agree to that. Our population growth's over 2% now, at least, so we're kind of getting pops here and there. We're kind of working on a variety of issues. Oh, Mexico's a major power now. Good for them. Can we just annex them? Or war goal? I don't think I can do the annex war goal if their independence is too high. Yeah, I don't think I can. Oh, well, that's fine. It is what it is. They're still our subjects. They have to listen to what we say. Until they try to kill us, but, well. One thing at a time, right, chat? Oh, we found rubber. Cool. Oh, is it really because our relations are cordial, so I can't bully them? Interesting. Hang on. If that's the case... I'll drop relations with one of them then, and we'll just kind of see what it looks like. I'll do it with Peru, just because Venezuela right now is very weak. They have no military. It's nothing. And honestly... Oh, look at that! No migration controls. Anyway, it's honestly something we can wait on. It's not going to be a big issue, or a big pressing matter. Where is... I keep looking on everything except what I'm looking for. Yeah, we have higher mass migration now. Yeah, 79, and the U.S. breaking in half actually helps us in that regard. So we should be able to get mass migrations now because we have no restrictions. That doesn't guarantee we'll get them, it's just we should get them. With that said, I'm going to raise taxes back to high, and we are going to kick the industrialists out of government. Because we can. Although I'd love to get proportional taxation, there's not really any support for it at the moment. Maybe we'll find that support at a later date. Did get a fair amount of pops out of that in the end. Despite how things turned out, we got a fair number of pops. And sulfur. It's always sulfur. These are incorporated now, right? Not yet. I'm impatient for it. Yeah, kind of trading that Amazon section for the Venezuela pops is a decent deal. The only downside, though, is that our incorporation progress of the Amazon is gone, and Para is no longer an incorporated state, so that's going to be a pain later. It's not a big issue, it's just kind of one of those nuisances that we'll just have to deal with when the time comes. Oh yeah, I see. I can do annex subject. The U.S. could join, and they have troops, which is bad. Brazil could join, which is annoying. It's 40 infamy, which I don't like. But that might be a path we choose. Although, let me just go build up some relations first. Wow, France is getting its teeth kicked in. Southern half of the country is just occupied at this point. Which I imagine is not good for France, but eh. Wait, is Qing on free trade? No, they're still in the canton system. Okay. Oh, that's fine. I would love to annex Bolivia there. Just more pops, get even stronger. And once we got over the initial hurdle that choked us the first time, there's our first mass migration, chat. Now that the borders are open. And it's French. Right into the capital, too, so that's going to be a good spread. Oh. Okay, that feels good. I feel better about this now. Anyway, we're a great power. Should we form a power block at this point? We really never got around to doing that. Never really got around to that. I'm kind of leaning towards a trade league at the moment, just because I like trade. And I think we're doing decently with trade, because a lot of the stuff that got invested in, like iron and fabric by the world, is now being exported to the world. An alternative was the idea of maybe religious convocation, but that massively boosted the Catholic Church, and our goal is to make the armed forces stay powerful, not the church. If you do the religious convocation one, the devout tend to get very strong. We're thinking like 30-40% of your total clout. Yeah, Vincent, that's kind of what I'm leaning towards too, is external trade with Trade League, because that's trade capacity and advantage, and the block leader gets another 25 capacity, so that's 50 capacity, 25 advantage. So we could just start doing a bunch of exports with the investments we get, plus exporting coffee and other goods. This is what I'm leaning towards right now. As for the name, I have no idea. I never know when it comes to the name. I let the game just generate it in the background, and we just see what happens. The only downside to doing this is that a lot of the great powers will get upset with us. Not that it matters that much. It's just one of those oh no things to think about. We could get internal trade too. I don't think we need internal trade that much, considering where we are. But I'm going to go ahead and form a power block, because I think we should. The German attitude has improved from protective to genial, because a German rival got upset with us. Who is their rival? Well, anyone that's not us, I guess. France is actually kind of neutral towards us now. And so is Britain. I kind of want to build up relations with Britain now that I look at that. Our power block embassies will invalidate. France did withdraw from our treaty right after. I'm not surprised they kind of became antagonistic. Which does mean the French company that was investing in us can't really do much investment now. Which was mainly coal mines, and that's okay if they can't do that anymore. We can find someone else or do our own. You know, it's like, it's whatever. I wouldn't really worry about it. Hey, there we go. I would worry about the fact that France is starting to hate on us, but eh. What's the worst France could do? Burn the country to the ground? Unfortunately, the answer to that is yes. They very much could. If they really wanted to. I really do want the labor movement, actually, to restrict child labor. I think we have a modernist around still, maybe. No? Yeah. Domestic coal will be fine. Yeah, I'm just thinking about the boosts we've been getting from it. Oh, wait! Don't worry, it's solved. The Russians can keep investing in the coal industry for us, apparently. Eh. That's funny. I love that. Interesting. Anyway, I'm just reading some things over and kind of thinking on it in the background here. So I just saw the notification that the Chilean culture formed, Chad. But most of them are still South Andean because Chile didn't own it when it formed. So that's kind of funny. I see Persia's doing its little invasions as usual. Oh, is it finally time to get craft paper? Do we finally get the journal entry for 3 years? Yes, we do. We got more bureaucracy, too. Yay! Finally, some good news. It's not as if we haven't been getting good news. I like to think that's very good news. Oh, did Ecuador get a flood? No, torrential rain, which I guess is about the same thing in this case. I love how we do technically have more peasants now, but it's just the Venezuelan area that we annexed. So, we do have more, peasants to build up. We just don't have, that many. Well, we do export a fair amount of iron, which is nice. I don't know why the German flag's broken in the notifications, but I honestly don't care too much about that. It's weird, but oh! Another mass migration from the French, this time the Occitanian culture. Oh, chat. Gran Colombia is starting to eat really good right now. We're starting to get those mass migrations. Look at the line near the end. It's starting to curl upwards very fast, and that's not from us annexing states this time. Oh, we're starting to get the pops that we needed. Britain's gonna go open the market in China. I just saw the notification for it. I might wait on that. The only reason I didn't want to annex Chile outright is because if I do, then their claims over this territory will vanish and someone else will colonize it if Argentina's also gone. So I've kind of purposefully left them somewhat alive just to facilitate that. I'm going to give the army their payback, by the way. We took it earlier because we were having issues with our finances, but now that those have been resolved, we can give the army their due. You know, just to make them even stronger, because I thought, why not? I thought it'd be pretty funny. Catholic Church is just a little upset with us, but it should calm down in a few years or whatever. I do see our construction points went down by a few points, which I don't like, but we're getting so much foreign investment now for our construction that I don't think it matters. Treaty port in China could be fun. Yeah, we didn't get pulled in on it because they targeted North China for the treaty port, and our interest is in South China, so we didn't get an opportunity to join it, from what I saw. Which happens. Man, they really made it hard to get treaty ports. Through, well, treaty, as the name implies. As the name normally implies. Alright, we could just start doing pan-nationalism now. It would take 7 years, though, which is why I haven't done it yet. Because it feels like, while it would help us, it would also be a waste at the same time. I'd rather get modern sewerage, actually, just to stop the... just to weaken the flood conditions that we keep suffering. Ooh, armed forces at 30% clout. We do need to get rid of, oh god, we actually have a lot of income now. I'm actually going to drop taxes back to normal, chat, because we're at a position where I don't have the peasants to just keep this going. And even with lowering taxes, I can still afford to build a construction sector or two. So we can lower taxes to normal to facilitate economic growth, but also increase standard of living to increase mass migration attraction. And also bring stability in the sense that places aren't on fire anymore. I don't know, does everyone hate France? Should we just turn France into our little dummy to rival? Yeah. Yeah, let's rival France, guys. We're gonna rival France because everyone else doesn't like France right now. And that'll make everyone else like us, because that's how diplomacy works, I guess. That's just how it works. We might purge leadership at some point, but I don't know. We did just get a labor movement, though, which I am particularly happy about. In fact, we're going to bolster the labor movement, chat, because if we could get them agitated, we could start getting their help in changing the tax law, which would be good. And plus the reformer and utopians we can use. Oh, we're starting to get a couple migrations here. We're actually getting some North Italian ones from Rome, if you can believe it. In fact, we are now 6.3% French and 7.3% Occitan, which I might be mispronouncing a bit. But our population is booming and is very much exceeding Brazil's population at this point. It's actually good that we still have at least one minor power member through Peru, because that is letting us tick along a little faster, even though it takes time. We might actually make Argentina a subject in that case, if I can get away with it. I don't think I can. I think Brazil will join. But I think Brazil is still on line infantry, right? We could probably pull... we could maybe pull Belgium, man. I don't think we could, because it's not an alliance. Yeah, line infantry. Actually... Belgium. Could I renegotiate for an alliance? No, you already have an alliance. Okay, well, fair enough then. Well, proportional taxation is kind of my goal. Oh. You okay, Germany? You good? Oh, God. I just realized if Germany loses, they might lose the companies they've established, and that would really suck. Yeah, that would really suck. We might actually want to intervene against this. For an obligation, too. But Britain's gonna join the other side out of, yeah. Maybe we don't get involved in that mess. I want to get involved, but if Britain joins, yeah, Britain did join, but Brazil joined, yeah, wow, that is a mess and a half. Okay. We won't join because that's gonna pull us against great powers. But we could go after Guatemala now and pull Mexico in. While everyone's kind of distracted. If no one intervenes, we just get a free Guatemala. And if someone intervenes, we get free territory elsewhere, I guess. I don't know. I didn't think that far ahead. I don't think that far ahead sometimes, chat. Sometimes do, sometimes don't. Yep, there it is. And no one else is leaning towards us, so we could go for some really high infamy for some states. I just don't know which states we want yet. I mean, Mexico itself would be a good state, now that I think about it. It's just generally a good state. I guess liberate's a good idea too, yeah. Now that there's a lot of states to liberate, wow, there's actually very few. I mean, we are missing a few of their states, but as far as Mexico proper is concerned, very few. And the Maya could be liberated, but we could also just take the states themselves. I don't see why we couldn't take the states. Except for the infamy just going over the edge. It's the only reason why I could see it. We can make Texas exist again. That's just, oh, it's so funny. Brazil made the company that I wanted. They're taunting me. It is less infamy though. I'll let the escalation ticker here tick along a bit until we get our Pacific focus done. Oh, I thought I hit continue. Oh, we're at 30 million GDP now, chat. Population's booming. German attitude worsened. They're wary now. Oh, because we surpassed them. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're kind of in a civil war. Of course we passed you. It would be really weird, but I kind of wanted to seize California. Just because it's a good state as far as the game's concerned due to various bonuses and resources and oil and all that. Yeah, we can liberate Maya and then annex it later. And then, how cheap is California? 16.9. We could seize a state bordering Mexico City, so Mexico City is easier to take next time. Veracruz, that would be less infamy. We could seize it and border it, so next time we can just march in. That's what I'm thinking, at least. Ooh, go for a humiliate, actually. The organized conscripts here as well, just for the sake of it. Then I think we take Veracruz. That way we have the border on the Mexican capital, so it can't get away from us. Yeah. That way it's easy to seize, and I don't know. Which one's more valuable here for them? Technically California, but I don't want someone to steal it. Yeah, no, it's not really a problem. We'll just deal with it. No, we are on vanilla. As you can see here, there is no modded checksum here, so this is all vanilla. This is all just 1.9.8 Victoria 3. I mean, we could liberate the Rio Grande. I guess I just felt like not doing it just because. So I'm waiting to see if they attack us first while we mobilize the conscripts. If they don't, that's fine. If they do, we can utilize that. I guess the Navy should actually be used too. And we can now put all that fish we've been harvesting to good use in the cannery. If the cannery cooperates. There we go. Oh! Mutual investment rights with 2 Sicilies. Well, what do you have? Anglo-Sicilian sulfur. Okay. Orchard. That's less okay. I'll take it. You know what? I'll take it. I like that investment idea. Oh, I mean, if my AI ally is just going to naval invade them from behind and auto-win, I'll take it. They're just going to land unopposed? You know what? I guess Peru's just landing unopposed. Good on you, Peru. Good on you. And there we go. The Mexican army is now leaving the front line to deal with the new invasion. And so now we are going to march forward and seize Guatemala. And once Guatemala falls, that's going to be 13 divisions gone, counting conscripts. Oh, that'll be pretty good. What is happening here? Is it just World Market Access is having a problem? Yes, but they just built a railway. Let's actually try to knock down those prices so we can start utilizing them more. We're not quite at our university cap yet either, though, chat, so... We're just gonna build a couple around to get up there a little faster. Yep, with that naval invasion by Peru and giving them a reason to exist for 5 seconds longer. Oh no! The radical Germans did win, but they also they also inherited the companies. Okay, can I just make a new treaty then for investment rights and a few things? I don't know. Do I want Bohemian Crystal? Is that like special glass? It is special glass. Okay, then I do want it. You won't give it for an obligation, though. I mean... Oh, I have free trade, so I can't do those, right? Can I interest you in goods, then? I can. Which one? Paper? Paper, and what else do we like to make lots of, personally? We can make tools. Where'd the tools go? I just saw them. Oh, there they are. Oh, they're down here. There we go. That works for me. I figured, yeah, we could have asked them for goods, but I thought instead, let's just ship them goods. So, wait. 72k treaty expenses. 52k. Wait, that can't be. That math can't be right. It's saying 57k here, 70k there. 56k here, 50. Oh, great. The tooltips are inaccurate now. So what are the numbers really then? I don't know. What I do know is that Mexico City will fall soon. And the German-French rivalry has been redeclared once again, following the end of the German Civil War, because of course it has. I'm sure it'll be fine, chat. I don't think we have anything to worry about. I'm sure everything's fine. I'm absolutely certain that everything's fine. Don't think otherwise. There we go. I've made terrible borders. Are you happy, chat? I made terrible map borders. I did bad map painting again. We're actually doing really good on standard of living despite having legacy slavery. We're also doing that goods transfers, but I think it's fine in the end because we make good money off it. It actually bumped up our GDP by a few million. And now we've got even more territory to utilize. I think everything's kind of working out. We've got modern sewerage for more what is it called? Infrastructure. I think it's time for pan-nationalism. Oh, yes, the relations with the Maya. That is something to do. I'm going to research pan-nationalism now because it will only take 5 years. It'll be done by 1872. I'll let tech spread get some of this other stuff. I could get psychiatry, though. Maneuvers. No, let's get pan-nationalism so we can annex Peru, Venezuela, and just kind of bring that unification to fold. Peru helped, but I want to get them annexed before they start stabbing us. And I know that means our mandate progress would die, but our mandate progress is already dying from our low rank. The Confeder- Oh no, the Confederacy might join. Whatever will I do? How awful. And we're already at 16 standard of living. I mean, that is +2 modified because of healthcare and whatnot. Our food industries have actually been suffering, to be honest with you, chat. They've not been doing too well. Goods just aren't that expensive these days, I guess, for them. Then again, we don't have baking powder yet, and that could also be why. I do not care about some colony in Africa. I mean, place in Africa. We do not care. Oh! We haven't been progressing on craft paper this whole time because we aren't the top 3 for paper. I did forget that's a requirement, isn't it? Who's the top 3? We need 2,000? Okay. I can fix that. I just wish I'd noticed that sooner. But I'm so used to playing as larger countries that you kind of just get it, that I wasn't even thinking about needing it until this moment. Oh, here's hoping we get more mass migration soon. Figure I'd switch the rest of those over so I don't need to build more government administration for a while. Get our filing cabinets in order. Realize I completely forgot to switch this around. Whoops, I was on the wrong setting there. Okay, that's better. Yeah, I was only seeing what wasn't foreign owned, which was not good, so some of these are actually not properly set. But now they are. Oh yeah, no, I'm definitely having a good game so far. The Dutch from Belgium, that's not great, that's not terrible. You know, it's there, is all I could say about it. It's there. We have level 37 trade center, though, and it's got most of the trade capacity pumping out. Apparently, we import a lot of tools, even though we could just make tools. But we also export a lot of iron, even though we could be using... Wow, actually, this is a level 36 iron mine. Man, the power of foreign investment has sent this economy to the moon. Okay, there we go. Oh no, it's still saying it's different. Weird. We might just renegotiate that treaty with Germany at this point. Because I'm just importing tools and then paying for it unnecessarily. Yeah, there we go. That should shake things up a bit and make it more stable. We could use more wood. We could use more dye. We could use more everything. I could use more soldiers, but that's not happening. Unless... Chad, would you like to join the army? I think you'd all do fine. No, nothing bad would happen, right? It's not like we've been going to war multiple times in a row already. Oh, we're almost at our innovation cap, but it's just not quite there. The good news is the population is steadily growing. If I could just get more mass migrations in, that'd be great. Oh, Germany's researching public health care. That might do it. Significantly increase their pop growth, get more unemployment, then they come over to us. Yeah, a full barrel gunpowder. I'm sure nothing will go wrong there. Jing actually wants mutual trade, but what else could I get for you? Wow, you really like us. Oh, naval power projection, equal exchange. Okay, alright. Ooh. Ooh. Chat, we can get some investment rights in Qing. Should we do it? I'm wondering if we should. It sounds like fun. I think it's funny. Just because it's Qing. They kind of just came over and offered us that initial deal, and I realized we could kind of turn it around and make it better. Okay, we're 6 worldwide for paper now. We're not quite there yet, but we're getting there. Kinda getting there. Oh, Italy formed. Cool. Who formed Italy? Ah, 2 Sicilies. And I know this because we had a treaty of 2 Sicilies. So that's pretty cool. Oh, wrong button. There we go. They should be buying up those paper mills. They bought up some. I wonder if they can't buy it from foreign financial districts. I have no idea. I have it under monopoly, so only they should be able to buy them to begin with. But I don't know if that is actually working as I think it does. We could give the paper companies logging camps, but I think so many of them are already bought up that it doesn't really matter. Yeah, Lee Wilson owns a bunch of them. Which, again, I'm fine with, because they're giving us so much Sea Island cotton. Oh, we got a Serbian mass migration. We also have opium. Wow, the East India Company is still alive? Oh, wow, the company. Oh. Maybe methinks the East India Company disbanding was a bug, and they managed to fix it, and now it works as intended. Could be. I mean, we could kick them out to start making our own prestige goods, but things like the Lee Wilson and Company are causing us to make prestige cotton, which we'd otherwise be unable to produce. So, in a way, we are already producing prestige goods. We're just struggling on the goods that our companies could make because the productivity, which is not because of foreign investment at all, it's mainly just issues we're having because of the way our country is arranged. In theory, our companies should be able to buy it out from foreign financial districts. I assume it works that way, but there's nothing in the investment pool, so I don't even know if it's working as it should. I mean, our economy, we're already at 41 million GDP in 1870 as Gran Colombia. Well, we were New Granada, now we're Gran Colombia. So it's not going bad in the slightest, although we could definitely use more tools, apparently. We just can't seem to get enough tools. Probably because we keep exporting the tools after they're built. I'd also like to note that this one state is now home to 5 companies, and 4 of those companies are foreign companies. Which I just find to be such a delight. That we have so much company ownership here, and it's actually working out really well. Except for us not getting our paper yet, but we're working on it. I know, you have a monopoly. You should be able to just buy it all up, or are you not able to because of a bug? Oh well. I could be wrong about that. I have no idea. I usually don't allow foreign investment, so I actually don't know. But I did see we bought up some food industries in Qing, so that's good. That might actually help the food industry grow a little, and if not, we are just going to need the better production methods. And that'll be it. Okay, our infamy is kind of coming down now. We do need more fish, though, which we can just kind of invest in willy-nilly. And my thought process here is that we might annex Bolivia soon. Oh, well, Bolivia was an insignificant power. Well, they still are. Did they improve relations while I wasn't looking? They did. How dare they be nice to us? They're not supposed to be nice to us. We're supposed to be enemies. That's how it's supposed to work. Yeah, give us 7 months, we get pan-nationalism. We're very close to our innovation cap, finally, so that's kind of rolling how it should now. We're not really having issues with that anymore compared to before. I did just notice that our government is split between a slaver and an abolitionist. I wasn't really paying attention to that. So we've been running an unacceptable government for quite a while now. There we go. That's more like it. It's not perfect, but it does work. We have trade unions that exist as well. Apparently there's a random utopian that appeared. Let's get rid of these Democrats. Democrats, radicals, goodness me. Oh, good night, Meeper, and I'm glad you liked the stream. I don't know when we'll pass poor laws. I've been kind of avoiding it because we've been running on a deficit for a long time now. Mainly due to subsidies on our trade centers are getting subsidies from us. Okay, well, I can fix that really quickly. Oh, that's the wrong one. Okay, there we go. That's gonna cause a bit of a crash in the trade centers, but they were getting way too much money. They need to pay themselves. That fixed the budget quite a bit, so maybe now we actually raise taxes and we'll be fine. Or we just don't touch taxes now. I guess we could get level 1 poor laws now that I think about it. Just so people aren't completely starving, and the trade union do enjoy it, so... That's something we can work with. Yeah, they're not buying up these levels. I wonder if it doesn't work how I thought, or if I was too late. Yes, give me my infamy! Because I can't help myself, apparently. Okay, so... we should be able to just do it right away, right? Yeah. And the only other one on this is Bolivia, who is... not annexed. Oh, right, unification plays don't cost infamy, do they? That's right, they don't cost infamy. Yeah, this is just... yeah. I was about to just form the Federation of the Andes immediately, completely forgetting that we can just get free annexation. That's only for Santa Cruz and Potosi, though. But... I mean, we can make them a protectorate for the rest of it and just annex them later, yeah. I didn't think Brazil would join because it said that they were so negative on the idea, and then they joined. Oh, that's okay. Oh, I probably should take care of this, yeah. They do have a sizable army, but our army's grown since the last engagement. I know what I wanted to do. I don't want to back down. I almost clicked that button. Wow. We're going to take Bahia because we can actually border it by... not border it, but trade to it by sea. And seizing that is going to deprive them of a good chunk of their economy. And then, with the points we have left... that would be a good chunk. But what about this chunk up here? Oh, see, that's also a good chunk. You couldn't go wrong with either liberation. But I think this is where all their iron comes from, right? American, wait, what? Oh, shoot, Brazil's in the American market. Wow, okay, hello. Yeah, I definitely need to do a liberation that cripples Brazil in some way and makes them no longer desirable. Now, Bolivia could just back down here, because their fear level is pretty high. And if they do, we can work with that. Egypt back down against Germany. Don't even know what they took from Egypt, actually. Alright, well, it looks like we're just gonna full war for it. Got a disadvantage in one area, but a huge advantage in the other, so I'm feeling good about this. We just need one side to hold off the enemy until we win. Oh, I even got some of the Brazilian army over here, actually. Ah, yes, there we go. We've got some good Belgian skirmishers helping us to defend, but our own troops are actually doing not too bad themselves. As long as they can hold that line and inflict casualties. Actually, they've already held it long enough. We've already solidified it into one line. That was very quick. So that's... I'm not going to say that's the war over, we win, but... Bolivia's capital is occupied, so sooner or later they are going to capitulate. It's just a matter of when. German Suez, is that what they took? Oh yeah, they did. I see it now. Thank you for pointing that out. I didn't notice it at first. Okay, the war is causing us to lose prestige because of casualties, but... I am going to... kind of halt our offensives for now until Bolivia capitulates, because we occupied their capital, so they will capitulate. Once Bolivia capitulates, then we can move on, because we'll no longer have the Bolivian troops to worry about. Because right now Bolivia is adding an extra 15 battalions to this fight, which can be annoying to deal with. Well, Brazil is calling up so many conscripts. I mean, we could probably do the same. Honestly, we should. We should call up conscripts ourselves, now that I think about it. This is a big war, and we really can't afford to treat it lightly here. It's going to be expensive, but I think it's going to be necessary for us to win. Oh good, this is incorporated now. Okay, that's going to be Bolivia done. There we go. And I think we can start our own offensive again. We can also form the Federation now because we do have everything. That is actually going to annex almost all of Peru, but leave a little bit of it alive. God, that is so disgusting. Why does it do that? And it also gives me the Federation Day achievement, which I've never had before. Power of the Federation. 5 years barracks building throughput. Yeah, sure, why not? We're in the middle of a war after all. Might as well. Also, yeah, it looks like we're fighting Brazil to another stalemate unless we... Oh, actually. The fleet keeps getting beaten up, I've noticed. Oh. Here you are. Trying to find the army, I couldn't find it. I assume they'll challenge that fleet of ours with a fleet of their own, but we'll find out if they actually do. Still, this is decent. A lot of those states are now incorporated states, I believe. Obviously, the ones we took from Bolivia are not incorporated. The ones from Peru, oh, the ones from Peru are also not incorporated. Okay. Ruin all my plans. Right? It's awful. Peru just needs to be annexed and removed, so it's no longer in misery. Okay, There we go. The naval invasion isn't going to succeed in landing, but it is going to succeed in distracting the enemy. And a distraction is good enough. Enough for us to hopefully maybe break through. Otherwise, we'll just fight it to a stalemate and peace out. Either way, we still win. But I would like to cripple Brazil before I run out of money to do so. If that's ever possible. It might not be possible. We might just go broke and have to back out. Which works, I guess. Oh, shoot. Wait, nope. Brazil did the same exact thing. I thought their navy was coming to fight our navy. No, they did the same thing and naval invaded us from behind, too. Ah. So now both sides are naval invading the other. We might just take peace now, actually. No, we could win this. We could win this. This is just a setback. It's going to burn half the country, but it's, you know, it's a setback. Oh, it's a small bureaucracy shortage. I wouldn't worry too much about it. I mean, the place we were going to build the new bureaucracy center is on fire, but that's, you know, little details. Little details. Oh, wow, this is all one giant front line now? That's weird, but okay, game. Sure. That makes no sense, but alright. And that's a front line with everything else. That still makes no sense, but okay. At least we can liberate it and just get it out of the way before they devastate it too much. But yeah, once this war is done, that's going to be Brazil pretty much out the window. And Belgium helped us for as long as they could until it was too much. Get more armed forces in there. Alright. Okay, Brazil is ticking towards surrender now. There we go. I'm sorry what your eyes are going to start seeing now, because now I've just made the map even worse. But we just crippled Brazil, which had about 24, 22 million GDP. That just crashed all the way down to 14 million. And the one state of theirs we took is a nice little state. It's a good chunk of their economy. We ripped out the heart of their iron production as well. Yeah, Brazil's just done. They're never getting back to great power status. They're even losing minor power. Major power, Jesus. Don't you just love how it looks? Oh, we've actually been ticking on the craft paper somewhat. We didn't fully tick upwards. We were partially ticking, and then it stopped, and then it started. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there we go. They bought the rest of the paper mills like I thought they could. They were just taking their sweet time. Okay. I'm glad to see I was right that they can buy the paper mills. It was just really weird that they... Ah! That's why. Qing is making more paper now because we bought their paper mills. Cool. Wow, these people are rich. Alright, mandate time. Now, you see, I could do external trade. I'm realizing I need to get another subject so we can unlock the third slot. I want to get level 2 food standardization to get the -10 mortality so our population growth just explodes. Another company would be great, but let's go for the mortality reduction. Oh, wait, I'm sorry, did that say 34 years? Okay, that might be a problem. That could be an issue. We might need to make a subject out of Argentina instead of annexing them, or something. We'll have to figure it out. The Americano market, I love it. We'll probably get internal trade at some point, but honestly, internal trade's been nerfed in 1.9. I don't feel as interested in acquiring it this time around. It's not bad, it's just not as good as it used to be. And that's what kind of turns me away from it, is that it's not as good as it used to be. Look at mutual funds, though. Yeah, we could pull the newly liberated country in. Although we'd probably want to annex it over time. Technically, there's the Maya, but they're an unrecognized power, so they're not really that useful, so we might just annex them, too. There's a lot of people that we're probably just going to end up annexing, honestly. I'm actually going to grab human rights. No! Let's grab civilizing mission so we can start working on the Panama Canal. Because that will be a really good company for us. The 50k we'll give is going to be enormous compared to everything else as well. Okay, we're in the top 3 again for now. Venezuela, I kind of want to annex you. Target country's not valid. I don't know why it's saying target country not valid, but we're going to get rid of Venezuela here, so they're no longer occupying the rightful territory of the Federation of the Andes. I thought I unpaused. Did not. Oh, Jesus. Russia sided with Venezuela? Really? Why? What were they even promised? Nothing. Okay, we'll just call the Germans in then. We're gonna lose the Russian investment, but honestly, German investment's more valuable anyway. So, yeah, that's whatever. I could just nationalize their stuff later if I choose to do so. Oh god, we have no peasants left, chat. I'm really running out of things to invest in. Oh, we did get mechanized, didn't we? Yeah, we could switch a few things over then in that case. We should probably mobilize everyone and raise conscripts then, because yeah, Germany's gonna be a bit of an issue. Not Germany, sorry, Russia. But yeah, we'll probably nationalize Russian investment post-war. I don't want to make it a part of this war because I don't know if Germany can win it. Germany hasn't even fully mobilized. Actually, Germany just withdrew from our treaty. That's rude of you. Why would you do this, Germany? I gave your companies monopolies, for goodness sakes. I don't know why the AI withdrew from it. There's probably something that invalidated and they just gave up. So we'll just offer them a new one. Okay, so they're sending more troops over. That's why it's saying we don't have an advantage, even though we do. But by the time those troops arrive, those troops are dead. Well, they've got a supply shortage thanks to shipping lane effectiveness decrease. Good. So the ships are working as hoped. We've just got to get more of them going. Which is something we'll work on next. Yeah, there we go. Are they still on peasant levies? That's a good question. They are still on peasant levies, so they get increased morale loss. That is good. That is a lot of steel mills getting built in us, which I'm fine with. It's just a fair number of them. Okay, there we go. Venezuela's done. Wait, what? Oh, no. The game bugged. The game thinks Venezuela still owns Miranda, and that I don't control it. So I can't annex them through this war. That is a problem. Okay, if I can't annex Venezuela, we just have to white piece it then. There's nothing I can do. That is unfortunate. I guess I'll have to give them Miranda back and then do a war again for it. Ugh. So that's why I was saying target country not valid when I moused over it and was just curious. Yikes, that's really bad. Maybe we just annex them the old-fashioned way then. Because otherwise, apparently, it's bugged and the game's unhappy. But at least we were able to confirm the effectiveness of our army. That, in of itself, is good. Man, we keep pulling out the top 3 for paper. Okay, so that threw me for a loop there that we couldn't do it. I'm just gonna go annex the Maya then. Why are you all based over here? What is wrong? Okay, so I guess I've been starting to annex too much now because the British just withdrew from our treaty. Yeah, they became belligerent. Okay, well, that's whatever. Nothing spectacular, but we used them for their foreign investment as planned. In fact, we used it so well, we're struggling to build anything at this point. I actually just have to go invest in Qing, I guess. Weird thing to say, but I guess that's just what we're doing now. Because we're running out of things to build at home. What do I have a shortage of? Shipping lane effective. Oh, this... don't mind me. We're just dealing with war bugs, because apparently the game thinks we have no supply while attacking the Maya here. Oh, I don't understand why that's happening. So it's just mass dropping my organization really hard, really fast. Why does it think we have no supply here? That doesn't make any sense. I probably should have targeted the Confederates with something, but I'm now more concerned by the fact that the game thinks I have no supply over here for some reason. Even though it is quite literally connected by land. Ah, Paradox, why? Why must you sabotage me so? Oh well, we'll deal with it. It sucks, though. It does make the army incredibly ineffective. And that sucks. Wait. Wow, their navy of 21 ships. Do they have ironclads or something? Oh, they have monitors. I was gonna say, how did they beat our army? But that would explain it. Yeah. Nope, game still thinks we have a shortage of resources over here. Ah, now it thinks we have supply because we're connected to Veracruz by land. That's such a weird bug. But I'm glad it's fixed itself, because otherwise we were not going to be able to push any further. We just have to let organization recover and then we'll win the war, no problem. The game was just being very weird and freaking out on us there. Oh, I don't know why it was doing that. I'm actually surprised we still do not have the... I guess it's just because we don't own enough buildings for the food industries. Yeah. They just need more ownership levels. Did it drop back down or something? What happened? No, the Confederates got a bunch of conscripts. Okay. So the game has really messed us up here, because now we have almost no organization and our troops are getting killed. And the Confederacy now has a bunch of troops that they brought in. And we lost a bunch of our troops because we had no org, because the game thought we had no supply when we did have supply, because, yeah, that's how math works. Why are you... You're still defeated. I'm just gonna get a new admiral then, because I don't know what's going on there. There we go. There we go. If we play defensively, we're fine. I don't want to take the humiliation. We can win this. I just have to blockade their supplies and starve the Confederate army into submission. Yep, there we go. Now we can do what they were doing to us, or something for that matter. What it feels like they were doing to us. Sometimes you just gotta find your way around the paradox bugs. And in this case, we were able to find our way around it. Well, mostly find our way around it. We still have to actually beat their armies, which is definitely easier said than done. We can actually just... Oh, no, wait, I lose anyway, don't I? Yeah. Darn, okay. Well, that's unfortunate. We got unlucky because due to how these states are designed right here, when we're on the border in Guatemala, the game thought we had no supply, and so it chucked the organization of our troops from 100 to, like, 30 before I noticed. And thanks to that... Ooh, Flemish from Belgium. It kind of made it to where we took massive casualties in the first fights and just lost. That's unfortunate, but sometimes the game bugs out and you just have to deal with it. And in this case, it chose to bug out there. Ooh, wow, this got a lot of pop since I last looked at it. Oh, because of all the Flemish mass migration, huh? That's good. We have craft paper finally, yay! And the South Italians, I see. And of course, Panama is still suffering from a severe lack of infrastructure. Yeah. War crimes just defeats the bugs, I guess. In a way. Yep. Britain is quite belligerent towards us now, so we may need to expand the army to a much larger size than it currently is. So I am going to do something about that. Something similar to that, I should say. Don't know if we actually have the pops for it, but we're going to try to make sure we have the pops for it. And we did get humiliated for the next 5 years because of that, but we were going to win it if not for the bug. Oh, the paper company of the United States owns these 5. How? I haven't... See, okay, so something's not working. I have a monopoly. I have a company monopoly on paper mills, but foreign companies are still able to buy those buildings despite them being a monopoly, which is definitely not intended. The game is definitely not intended to work that way. So that's a little annoying. Hopefully the Americans get craft paper at some point and solve that. Because otherwise letting them invest is a pretty good decision. We're just getting messed up by the game bugging out on us. It's like, I was hoping that this stream would not be scuffed game-wise, and it's still just getting scuffed one way or another. I can't escape it, it's just gonna happen. Well. At least we're alive, and we formed the Federation of the Andes already. Honestly, we kind of got it a bit sooner than I was expecting us to, but I'm glad that we did get it. And I'm gonna see about... No, actually, the price is pretty high. Never mind. I was gonna try to see about getting food industry exports up, but it's so expensive already, we don't need to... Wow! I knew this was flooding with pops, but yeah, we had like almost 700,000 Italians just flood in to the country. In just that state. How many did we get total? Oh, we have at least 1.3 million, so yeah, we got quite a lot there. That's pretty good. We could definitely form a small army out of that, actually. We definitely could. The Federation doesn't give any claims. No, we already own all the territories that we would get for it otherwise. So we kind of already got what we were gonna get. Can we annex Peru without anyone joining? Not really. Everyone's kind of up in our business at this point. Brazil has fallen to minor power status, though, so that's cool. I mean, a barrel of the gun strategy is mostly working. They can't really land without taking massive casualties now. We've got the troops for it. We just don't have the principles. Oh, construction halted. My bad. I did not catch that one in time. Okay, we're only making tools. We're not importing. Oh, we're not importing tools at all, are we? It doesn't look like it. We are importing a lot of ships, though. I don't like that we're importing ships. Yeah. Oh, it's because we've been paying for those imports. I should shut that down, then. That should help the shipyards recover. I didn't realize I was paying for them. We now owe Qing an obligation randomly. Okay. I don't know why we do, but alright. Okay, game. I don't know why. You just kind of said that. It's like, alright. Alright. I don't know what to do next, chat. We're kind of just seeing where the wind takes us, so to speak. Officers are still quite powerful, though, so that's good. And expanding the army with a lot of the new arrivals should help a fair bit, too. Which should also keep us pretty safe, actually. We've still got a fair amount of foreign investment going on, too, that we could keep and shut down as we please. And then we can also just invest in Qing whenever we want. Which is fun. In fact, our reinvestment pool is mostly from company headquarters. Oh, yeah, slavery, right. I totally forgot that's something we should probably ban at some point, huh? Yeah. Never really got around to that. Did we? Maybe whenever we can finally get someone in charge that actually wants to ban it, because right now we haven't gotten any of that. So, it's on our list of things to eventually ban. Wow, we actually have 5.49. But we just haven't really gotten the person, the political push for it that we need. It hasn't really, hasn't shown up yet to work. Kind of still waiting on them to show up. Oh yeah, I guess we could exile the slaver just to be funny. There we go. Now it's not the nationalist, which is not any better. Oh wait, hang on. What does see you have an abolitionist? Let's focus on suppressing the slavery movement. Yep, I totally forgot about that guy. Company profits aren't crazy, but they're at least up there. Now, if someone hadn't bought the buildings against my will, we'd be fine. fun. Oh well. I'm not salty about it at all. I don't know what you're thinking. We are the 8th largest economy now, though, chat. We're rapidly catching up to other economies, although America is kind of crippled, so it's really unfair to compare it to them. They kind of just lost their main strength. Let's go for another company. Why not? See if we can't get something established that's worthwhile. Maybe we should just invade the Confederacy. Or Mexico, I guess. There's Mexico. We did mention Mexico at some point, didn't we? Making them a protectorate would be too expensive, though. Could always invade and seize the other territories, but I'm worried about that supply bug that we faced in the previous war. I'm a tad concerned it might show its face again. And that would be really problematic if it did. Alright. Oh good, all the people that borders here hate us now. Fantastic. And then Germany's cautious because what? Natural enemy? Yeah, thought so. Oh man, almost no one likes us at this point. I mean, Russia's genial. They would probably... They'd be willing to get back together. Ooh, refined steel. Not bad, not bad. Could be better, could be worse. Empire of Japan. That might be one. Oh, we have an obligation from them. We could use that. Our industrials are actually about to become powerful. Capitalists have really been making gains here. I don't even know where you got this obligation from, Ching. I'm not fulfilling it. I refuse to fulfill it. Well, we got a nice chunk of peasants now. I don't want to go overboard on construction, but I'll get us to 200 points at least. And as usual, Britain is making really bad and weird map painting. At least Germany's a one cohesive singular piece this time. This time. Yeah, we're working on banning slavery, at least. Our subjects are finally going down? I guess all that infamy we had has really just made them wary. Kind of evangelizing some of them, see if we can't. Ah, I see they're getting support independence from Bolivia. Weird, but alright. No, we'll just exempt Venezuela at this point because of how weak they are. Oh. Weird, I just saw Venezuela's liberty desire jump up for seemingly no reason. Huh. Alright then. Oh yeah, I just did drop the subject payments. Technically I could do it on Peru too, but I was using the money until now. We don't really need it anymore. Actually, speaking of things we don't need, we can actually stop taxing opium and tobacco. And still be positive. Which I'm sure the pops will appreciate greatly. If they're not slaves, of course. Yeah, there we go. Pop growth went down because our standard of living went up. We're never going to get the good food industry, are we? They just don't have enough staffed levels. Because they've got almost everything else. They just don't have the levels. Oh, now it's France invading China this time. Usually it's Britain. That's weird. Oh, have fun. Germany sides with Qing. Hmm. Oh, French Guiana. Yeah, why not? Oh, did I accidentally end knowledge sharing with Venezuela? I didn't notice. I thought I didn't think I turned that off. Huh. My bad. Sure, you can take the radical. Ah, vacuum canning. That would kind of help. We have a little bit of oil around here. Not too much, but I mean, we have enough to use. For now. Well, I mean, that increased the profitability of it, but that's kind of it. Yeah, we're currently on pace to ban slavery at this rate, and we're gonna get French Guiana, so that's a little more peace for ourselves. Slightly, I mean, this is kind of not really a unified Latin America, but, you know, it's a work in progress. A terrible work in progress, but a work in progress all the same. Britain's still protecting Brazil. Which I figured, but I had to check anyway. Oh, they got Argentina into it too now. Let's see. Alright, well, one thing at a time. Let's deal with the French first before we open up the second war. Oh, Germany has, German Foods Inc., which bought up our food industries, which are now making gourmet groceries and therefore increasing food industry demand. That's fine. I guess that works. I'm just not getting the birth rate, which kind of sucks. But that means Germany should be getting a lot of pops, which hopefully translates into us getting pops. And I'll admit, a lot of things did not go to plan here, but the one thing that did work out as planned was giving the AI lots of investment rights. That did work out. I will say that. That has largely worked according to plan. I didn't plan for them to bypass my monopoly rights, because that's a bug. But beyond that, it is working out pretty well. If the AI could stop breaking the game, that'd be great. Oh, wow. We're exporting almost 3,000 steel, chat. Who is buying? I mean, I can take a guess as to who's buying it, but I'm still curious. Basically, Germany. Germany is just... Why is Germany buying up so much steel? I know they're probably using it for construction because I haven't used steel frames because we ran out of peasants. But what is the main usage of it? And it is just construction sectors. Okay. So apparently we're basically feeding the German construction industry. And we're mainly owned by people in Belgium. So that's pretty funny. We're not really using it ourselves because we haven't had the pops to use it for ourselves. We're like, we are kind of getting to the point where we do have the pops now, though. And we can actually think about it. You know, if we ever get around to getting the technology. Oh, an executive die, I don't know. Oh, there's a second executive. Oh, I see that. French are coming. Where is the main army? Just one of them. Huh, where did our other army go? Ah, there it is. Couldn't see it. All right, there we go. Slavery has now been banned, and immediately some pops left the country, but that's okay. It's about 5% of our population that is no longer enslaved, which will definitely help the economy in the long run. What definitely causes a small bump in income taxes and poll taxes. Small amount. Ooh, Spanish from Spain. That was a good populating decision. Yeah, no, that's pretty good. Oh. Hitting 1 million in a year for just that state, yeah. This state is not our capital, but it's kind of becoming the heart of the country. We've got 30% of our total GDP is in this one state, so if anyone occupies it, we're just dead. That's not even an exaggeration. We'd genuinely be dead. Oh, I clicked on 2 of them there. Let's get you to level 5, good sir, to boost the army more. Our armed forces are still powerful in 1882, so we are roughly accomplishing the objective we set out to achieve. I guess we'll get colonization for the areas to colonize, yeah. I don't know if we'll ever get any footholds in Africa, but we can at least try to make sure all of Latin America is colonized. Gotta intercept some French ships and liberate Algeria to end the war. Yeah, definitely a scuffed timeline. It is definitely scuffed. I don't know, this whole day has been scuffed, it feels like, since I started the stream. Which isn't the whole day, but it's funny how I can feel like that in a short amount of time. Germany, that is concerning. Germany just left the war, and while that means war support's now ticking, it also means France is about to come and murder us. I don't like that possibility. I really want Panama Canal. Oh, right. We never did the decision to survey the isthmus. So let's just do that now, save up the Panama Canal Company there. So we don't forget. Because I forgot earlier. Oh, the landowners are also no longer influential, so that's cool. I mean, at this rate, they're going to run out and just surrender. Which I'm fine with if that happens. It'll work out for me. Amendment, legitimate government for now. Ah, GDP took another growth upwards. Very nice. Yeah, it looks like France will surrender. We will get French Guiana, which is now suffering not too low. Oh yeah, no, the devastation's actually fine. It's only 11%. That's actually less devastation than I was expecting. We have not been using explosives all game, though, which feels weird, but we've never really been in... Well, we weren't in a position to use it, but I guess now at this point I should just fund any explosives factories we have and start using it in the gold mines, at least. At least the gold mines. Yeah. There we go. Grain's at plus 24% price. That's fine. Who needs cheap grain? We actually make steel frame buildings ourselves now, and I will take the risk to switch one of the construction sectors over to that exactly. Actually, wow, we have a lot of Bohemian crystal. How many of our glassworks do they buy up? I don't even know where our glassworks are, actually, if I'm honest with you. They're somewhere. Where's building registry? I have no idea where these glassworks are. Oh, that's because we only have the one glassworks. We import all our glass, don't we? We import basically all of our glass, yeah. Eh. Alright then. Didn't see that one coming. But good to know the trade system was working very well at this point. We import an awful lot of furniture that we could just be making ourselves, though. But, well, I get the feeling this is just a really weird game right now. Oh, chat, we have 21 foreign queues queued up right now for investment. And a decent chunk of that is the Germans expanding our trade capacity even further. Oh, it's beautiful. We are waiting on the Panama survey to build the Panama Canal. That's what our new company is going to be. That's what we're saving it up for, at least, because we don't have a lot of company options at the moment. Not that we really need any other options at this rate. Spain might join, Russia might join. Neither of them can reach them, though, so I really don't care that much. I won't be able to reach them ever. But we'll see. They're not going to be able to save them if they try. There's the Panama survey done. I probably could have done this one sooner, but I kind of forgot about it. Oops. But we'll get that built in a few years. Get the Panama company established. Kind of go from there. We could get a rubber company. That's always an option. Kind of accept these for now. We don't really need any of those companies because there's someone investing them in different ways. Well, the textile company kind of went out the window. But we never really got rid of the French headquarters here, and I think I'm just going to leave it. East India Company's still around, so that's pretty cool. Oh, America's buying up my paper. They're buying... Well, they were buying up the other papers. I guess we got that. Oh! Anglo-Sicilian Sulfur Company. Yay! We have Sicilian sulfur in Venezuela. Sicilian sulfur is being made in Venezuela because that's just how it works, I guess. That's just how it works. Also, I forgot we were paying for some imports of that, so I just turned it off to let that fall back down. Oh god, what is this economy? It's got so many prestige goods in it, and we only have 2 companies. Game? Oh my god, how am I breaking the game so badly? I can't get into this state because apparently there's no front line for it now. What? Oh, but I can do a land invasion with it. What? I don't understand at all. I don't understand what's going on. All I know is that I can get this invasion done now and just deal with it. We'll just deal with it that way, apparently. Because that's just how this is gonna have to work. Oh, the Confederacy just started a war against the Americans for the Indian Territory. That's funny. Oh, I could actually help America partially reunify here. But I also kind of don't wanna. I got my own stuff to worry about. Still funny, though. Oh, Mexico joined. Well, that changes things. In the sense that I'm going to declare neutrality and go straight for the Maya to annex them, since now no one should intervene to save them. That way we clear the Maya out, we clear whatever bug's going on with supply here, and then we can just push into Mexico or something like that. See if it triggers again here. Yeah, see, the game thinks we have no supply on this land front line and is just obliterating our organization by 5% per day. So I'm gonna have to let the Maya invade into me and just naval invade them. That's how we lost the war last time, chat. That's why we lost it last time. Right? We could do a screenshot of the border war when we got the time. Ooh. I did forget we could do a plantation company chat for, coffee. I keep forgetting we could do that. I've been letting everything get bought up so much I just forget about it. But I really think we should get the Panama Canal Company first, shouldn't we? It's up to you guys if you want to wait for the Panama Canal Company or start a coffee sugar company. Because that's something we definitely don't have. Just gonna wait for the war to start here. And then we'll just pop the army on there and hope to God they can push in time. Their organization's gonna collapse fast. The Maya have almost no army, so... Despite the complete lack of organization, they should be fine. It's something about not owning this state that's causing it while owning... No, I tried doing that by moving them to Mexico and it didn't work. For some reason, by owning Veracruz but not owning this state here, it thinks we don't have supply from the C node or whatever, which is really weird because we have a land connection. But now that the Maya have been annexed, it should be fine. It shouldn't have an issue anymore. It was a very weird bug, though, that is for certain. Yep, this is scuffed. And the fact we're in 1885 and we still don't have the prosperity bonus from the food company is insane. I normally get this every time, but now the current executive in charge is unpopular, and it's just a struggle bus here. None of it's going well. It's all just breaking down. It's funny, but it's also kind of sad. We exporting our coal? Is that why we need so much? Yeah, we're exporting about 1,000 of it. I know we're using it for automation as well, but I kind of noticed the price was just a little abnormally high. It's a lot higher than I'm used to after building so many coal mines in such a small country. Yeah, we can support the French workers. What's the worst that could happen? Our peasant numbers have actually grown, so I am going to switch a few of our construction sectors over here. And that switch has pushed us to 100 million GDP. There are actually 6 economies at 100 million or more. One of them is actually the Americans, despite not owning a good chunk of their country normally. Actually, it looks like America might lose this war. Which is just really funny. How is Qing doing? Yeah, the usual. Not great, not terrible, they're just kind of there. Also, for fun, our government administration centers do have a 13% increase from the prestige inputs. It would be 100, but some of our craft paper got bought up by another company, and I'm upset about it. I think this is pretty good overall, too. And the company monopoly system does not seem to be fully functioning as intended. It's not establishing the monopolies it should be establishing. As I have things like food industries being bought by other companies, even though I have a monopoly on that building with my own company. So I don't know what's happening there, but something is not functioning as intended. That much I'm certain about. Weird. I do like that our opium plantations are built up pretty hard, though, and they're just getting indefinite bonuses from the East India Company. We actually import half of our opium. That's actually hilarious. I don't think we developed any obsessions for it, but... Oh. The French have a porcelain obsession, and the Ossetians have a tobacco obsession, so... There's that, at least, I guess. Not obsessions we tried to cause, no, the game just threw that at us completely randomly. So, okay. That works, I guess. Yeah, the armed forces are still powerful. I mean, we are doing it thanks to the, massive buff the officers get under us, plot-wise. It's really the only reason why. I can't wait for this canal to be done so I can make a new company and get over it. Actually, I know it was mentioned before, more greener grass campaigns. I really need one in Panama, because Panama is just suffering. We could also use some across Venezuela because of the oil potential. Technically down here too. We're just gonna pop as many as we can, really. Just to hopefully attract more people. Ideally. Where are we on clothes? Glass is 30%? Oh, I guess we did bump up our construction, didn't we? Yeah. We've been heavily importing it. We haven't really been building it up. Which is definitely a problem that we need to solve. Why is there so much infrastructure here? Oh, because they built 20... God, oh my god. They've built a bunch of railways here because there's a bunch of companies here. Because all these companies are buying up all of the goods, like transportation. Oh, that's funny. And the biggest company here is our paper company. Because they own a bunch of paper mills elsewhere, apparently. Can I get investment rights into Germany? I can. Let's do that. Why not? I don't see a reason not to. At least at this point, I don't see a reason not to. And let's just go for Tomjacks. Oh man, these Germans have been like our best friend ever. Oh no, our old leader died. Now a positivist rules the country. Huh. Oh, the church is not gonna like this. When they get word of it, they're not gonna be happy. Does mean we can get from tenant farmers to commercialized agriculture, though, so that'll be fun. Yeah, I don't know if I'm actually going to follow through with the landed voting demand. Oh, wait, no, they don't have a demand for landed voting anymore because they are led by a positivist now. It canceled automatically. They actually want us to change to a technocracy, which would give officers less political strength, but it would take it away from the capitalists. I don't know if that's what we want. Oh, why would we get rid of state religion, though? They're powerful. They're giving us extra birth rate for more pops. I thought more pops was a good thing. Don't tell me you lied to me. Oh, God, there's another paper company. There's 2 paper companies in this single state now, chat. There's 2 of them. Wait, There's 8 companies in this single state. Why is this state so popular? I don't get it. It's just so popular for some reason. Alright, well, we can work with it either way. I'm just building it up because apparently everyone's migrating here and it's got a bunch of infrastructure, so it's just kind of becoming the hot spot for migration. Which is fine, it's good for us. Man, they are just using to, get annexed here. Target country. Yeah, okay. I figured as much. Maybe we can invade Paraguay at some point. I don't know. Yeah, no, at this point, any moves I make, people tend to intervene. I mean, the U.S. is involved in a big war right now, but I imagine they join against us anyway. The problem with that is that we can't, if we can't replace every foreign company we kick out. We could kick them all out, but there's a good deal of companies we would not be able to do a proper replacement for if we kicked them out. It's like, we could do it, but that would come with its own set of complications that I'm not certain we could appropriately deal with. We could try, but that doesn't mean we should. Oh, right, this needs 50% employment, doesn't it? Which it should have now. Yeah. Let me do a weak tick here really quick, folks. I'm looking for that Panama Canal Company. Why is it not showing up yet? Oh, right. I need to have 5 ports that I can own and stuff. Right, okay. You know what? I hear a lovely place that loves to have lots of, Right, because the Hudson Bay Company can apparently buy those up. Right. Okay, slightly annoying, but I can deal with it. We can deal with it. Also, I noticed a while ago that someone mentioned the Uma Musume Pretty Derby game. And the only reason I noticed that is because I have actually been playing that off camera on my phone, just for fun. One of those gacha games with RNG, but it's fun to watch. Oh! Oh, the US randomly became antagonistic. So, I guess I no longer care about going to war against the US. I was stopping a bit because the US was potentially going to intervene and be a problem, but now I don't care. See, Britain might join is the issue. Britain has a massive... Wow, Britain actually has a massive army. Like a massive standing army. I know ours is getting larger, but Britain is up there. In a very frightening manner. And the problem is I don't know where we're going to get all of our troops. We got some from the Mexican states, though. Maybe kick out Britain, but again, we're kind of... I know they're getting money. What happened to the government? Oh, the industrialists suddenly got a radical. Okay, well. That sucks. So much for this law, then. We could kick them out, but I'm also just kind of using their companies to fuel our riches. So, chat, question. Do we want to try to pass technocracy at all? Actually, this might be a decent stopping point. We are over 3 hours. It's been almost 4 hours, actually. This is disgusting border core. I hope to kind of finalize this and annex the rest. But Britain keeps threatening to just get involved, and right now Britain has a genuinely threatening army and economy because the Raj didn't implode and Canada's doing great. Don't know how they're doing on trade, though. Oh, Britain is the biggest importer and exporter, yeah. And some of their biggest imports are coal, some of their biggest exports are opium and tobacco. I mean, I'm happy to see them doing so well on trade. I'm happy to see the AI is using trade so much, but wow, that is also a lot. Capitalists greater than academics. Fair enough. It was still a worthwhile question to pose all the same. I am just kind of taking a look at some of the countries, because, We could kick out companies like the Hudson Bay Company and the East India Company, but the East India Company is actually boosting our very limited opium production plantations by a massive amount. We're talking a somewhat absurd scale. Once we get automatic irrigation, it'll get even better. I never kicked out the French company despite them leaving because they are benefiting our textile mills, giving us some designer clothes and giving some of our coal mines a boost. And it's only because there's still economic benefit that I haven't kicked these companies out yet. I could do it, but I wanted to see what would happen if I let the AI heavily invest and just went with it. And the answer is kind of, you get a lot of throughput bonuses. Your investment pool might suffer a bit, but in the end, we're doing fine relative for our size. Considering we started as just this small nation and now we're much larger, we're in the top 6 economies. We just surpassed Canada, actually, for economic size. I mean, I'm also impressed that the US somehow is over 100 million GDP, considering it's missing 37 from the Confederacy. So honestly, I feel like this is pretty good. And I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. We had that scuff the first time where we had to reload. But that was funny, that the one time I do it on stream, the AI rolls a different result and goes against me. That was really funny. And say hello to some opulent capitalists, because, you know, you were mentioning the capitalists are greater than academics, so I figured, why not show you some of the richest capitalists we have, who are, I would like to note, opulent because of paper. Solely because of paper. And that our steel mills, the only reason they're not crashing is because we're exporting about half the steel we make, and the lion's share of that is being imported by Germany to then build up their economy more. So we're kind of feeding the British economy, no, sorry, the German economy in that sense with better construction. And I didn't kick the American company out because it's giving us Sea Island cotton. And to give you an idea of what that's looking like, 94% of our total cotton production is prestige cotton. Thanks to Belgium, 2/3 of our tools are prestige tools. This is not using any company slots, so that's why I've let them stay around. We do have gourmet groceries thanks to Germany, but our company never quite took off on that for once, and that is sad. It's very sad, but it is also interesting to see how that investment turned out. See, we could enrich domestic capitalists more, but I'm trying to keep the armed forces powerful. And it's easier to keep the armed forces powerful when the capitalists don't have as good of a hold. Wow, the shopkeepers are rich. What happened? Oh, right. We have all these... well, no, these aren't shopkeepers, though. Is it all these shopkeepers, maybe? Or is it... it's probably just shopkeepers in buildings that are doing well, honestly. That's probably all it is shopkeepers who are being paid a good wage. Like the ones in this paper mill here that are affluent. It's probably just that, really. I can't imagine what a standard of living would be like if we changed our tax law. Proportional would make us a good chunk of cash. Even graduated would make more money at this point because of the companies. But this was fun. I'm kind of hoping to continue this next time. We might do it next week on Wednesday. If we don't do it on Saturday, those are kind of my days off now. So we will see. But thank you all for coming. I enjoyed talking with you all and showing this off and chit-chatting with you all. I'm going to leave it here for YouTube's algorithm and for people to watch. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.